So hello guys, I hope you all are doing absolutely fine and welcome to this new video. And today's our topic will be vibe engineering crash course. Okay, and I will tell you why I have crossed the cut the coding part here and added the engineering part. What is the difference? What is exact difference between vibe coding and vibe engineering? That we are going to discuss, and not only discuss, I will explain you, and I will also give you a hand-on tutorial that how you are going to use vibe engineering in your life, right? Because that is the most hottest thing right now, and that will give you like boost in your development activities, right? So this session is going to be very useful for you, and trust me, sit back, relax, and watch this session like for 30 minutes. It will be like a fundamental understanding, and after that you are going to be given a hands-on thing. Okay, so we will do it together. So let's get started now. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the overview basically. Okay, so here I have written the step like for the overview. So firstly, we are going to understand the overview that we are doing right now. Then at the first thing, what we are going to do, we are going to take the fundamental explanation of what. So fundamental explanation of LLMs. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you how LLM basically was built, what is the structure of LLM, like transformer architecture and all that thing. That is like of a educational thing, right? That is a theoretical part. I am going to explain you LLMs from the usage perspective, how you can benefit from them, and what is important for you to know so that you can use them in the best manner, right? Like if you want to make use of something at the best level, right, you should know about that thing. Okay, so that is a thing, like, because LLMs are so powerful, you should know about them. And then you will, after knowing about them, after knowing the important stuff about them, you are going to use them at the full potential. So that is our goal. Okay, so I am going to explain you these two important things. First is this react loop. What is a react loop inside LLMs? And then what is context window? Okay, the main game is of context window itself, right? Then secondly, I'm going to tell you the difference between prompt and context. In general manner, we actually, like in general terms, in general talking and all, we interchange these words like prompt and context. Give the context, give the prompt. No, prompt is a very different thing and context in a very different thing. So we have to take care of that also. Then after that, I'm going to explain you the coding AI agents. What are coding AI agents? Here is all the logos of that, which are pretty popular right now. All are given here. But what exactly are they? What is they like? Why, how they use LLMs, and what is the difference between LLMs and coding agents, that we are going to see. And then we are going to touch a very recently come up topic, and which is came recently by the Anthropic guys basically released that, and it get very popular very fast, and every coding agent give this facility right now, which is agent skills. Okay, so this is a very good step that they full community has taken, so that you can do proper context management. Okay, so we are going to understand all these things. Okay, so that will be like build your fundamental what I will say foundation, so that after understanding these things now, you are already a better what I will say vibe engineer, or if you want to say vibe coder, so vibe coder, already a better vibe coder. But after understanding the coding agent landscape, and after building, like we are on the second step, what we are going to do, we are going to understand the current coding agent landscape. Like what are the coding agents which are available currently in the market, what are the different types of that, and why are there different types of coding agents available, and what are their strengths and what are their weakness, and who am I to tell you, because I am using them from the time of if you remember the time when GPT 3.5 came, right? I used it properly. I used that like low efficient in today's manner. That time it was very efficient to create applications, to create applications which covers some use cases, right? It covers a very small use case at that time, but it was helping me to increase my productivity. But okay, so I know at that time I'm using from that time to now, and I have seen the complete difference, and I have also seen what works and what don't work. So all that thing, all that 1-2 years of understanding and all that thing, I am going to share in this video. So this video is very important for you. So I'm just suggesting that for this 30-40 minutes, just sit back and relax, and watch this video, understand it carefully, then do a hands-on tutorial with me for building this end-to-end customer support AI agent with the help of this coding agents. So you will learn the concepts here, you will learn the fundamental understanding, and you will apply with me. And after watching this complete crash course video, you are all you will like see a boost in your development activities, right? If you are not using your coding agents, you will have the thought in your mind that okay, I can solve this problem with the help of that coding agent in seconds, which I am taking like many time so much time. So that is the power of this session, and I hope you understand the value of it, and I hope you are excited for that also. So let's get started with our fundamental explanation. Okay, so I want to start with the why, like why you should even code with coding AI agents. Okay, why to adopt it basically right now. So I want to explain that thing with with this chart, okay, which is a technology adoption lifecycle chart, and it's a very like it can be feel it can feel complex. It can feel complex. I understand, but it's very easy to understand, right? Because what is this like? Look at it in an isolated manner. See, there is a blue line. Okay, on the x-axis we have the categorization of population. Okay, on the x-axis we have the categorization of population, and on the y-axis we have the market share. Okay, what is the market share currently? So see, here we have innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. Okay, so what are innovators? Innovators are the people, are the good group of people which tries at the first whenever the thing came na, whenever the thing just came and there is no proof that will it work or not, that group of people will try that also at that time also. Like imagine testing the flat screen TV when they cost around lakhs or 2 lakhs, the 32-inch simple flat screen TV, when they are not adopted at all. But even then, even after that much expensive or that much less useful, even then if some person is buying that, that is a innovator that joins at that level. Okay, then comes the early adopters, basically early adopters, which are kind of after establishing that, like when the technology gives some signs that okay, this can work, then the early adopters came and they start using it. So this is the like 13% of the population. Then the other 34% of the population is early majority, like the early majority people which started to use that technology. Okay, use that technology. Now think of the technology as LLMs. Okay, LLMs, or I can say AI, or that one. So here innovators are basically, we can say, AI researchers or some founders, okay, that have tried that are curious persons. Okay, so imagine testing the LLMs when GPT 3.0 or before that. Okay, at that time. So that time if someone is testing, or before that also, so they are like innovators and they are trying to testing it. Okay, when early adopters came, like okay, so early adopter came and they tried to also they will also kind of early inside the adoption of the technology. So when like GPT 3.5 was there, or GPT 4 was there, okay, at that time, like 1.5 years ago. So the LLMs are currently here only between early adopters and early majority. Then comes the late majority, when after like the 50% of the world population is there, after the late majority will join, and they will say okay, now everybody is using that, so we should also give we should also give a try, and we should also try to use it. Okay, then there comes the laggards, like they are the people which are most lazy on trying new things. Okay, so they are the person like who use the smartphones because now there is very less number of keypad phones are available in the market. Okay, so they are that kind of people. Okay, so these are the basically categorization of the population which we have. Then there is this market share, that how the market share grows along with this population. Okay, so for example, innovators, when the innovators are entering in, trying the technology, there is very less market share of the technology. So let's take an example of LLM. So when innovators are trying LLMs now, was almost no market share. Like in that market share, there is no market share for that LLM technology. But when this early adopters are trying, there is a bit of the market share, like around 13% of them. Then after that, it suddenly start increasing, and the early majority also come, and the main growth comes here. Whoever enters after this phase make less benefit of it, because the technology effect is already saturated in the market, right? So that is the thing. So the current LLM scenario, the current coding AI agent scenario is here only. So this is the perfect time to learn, because if you understand here, understand the LLM technology, AI agent technology here only, you will get very large benefit from it. From outside worlds, you will get ahead of the competition, and you will create good product in the fastest manner, and in the efficient manner. Okay, so this is a exactly perfect time to learn that. So that's why I've explained you why you should learn it right now. So that was my simplest reason, and if you don't understand, no worries. That is kind of a uh, cherry on the top of explanation, that you will feel good that okay, we are learning something, right? That's why I included it. You can skip it also. If you don't understand, don't rewatch it. Just go ahead with the further explanation. Okay, so let's get started. So here, let's get started with the explanation of the LLMs. Okay, what are basically LLMs, and why, like, what is the difference between coding agents, and how they are used together, okay, for coding. So basically, let's start with the explanation of AI agents and LLM. So see, LLM is just like a intelligence. LLM are just like intelligence. So they are like your brain. In human we have brain. Without brain, human is not intelligent, right? So without LLM, a AI agent is not intelligent. Okay, that is the thing. Now I want to explain this thing with the help of an analogy. Okay, so for example, let's take an analogy of car. Okay, let's take an analogy of car. So inside car you have engine, right? Inside car you have engine. Okay, this is our car, and there is this small thing which is engine. Now, will this car work without engine? No, right? But will engine will be any useful to that to the humanity if there is no other infrastructure which is there in the car? Like there is no transmission, there is no fuel tank, there is no fuel injector, there is no steering, there is no accelerator. Will it be useful? No, right? The engine is only useful, the engine's potential only increases when it puts in a right infrastructure with the right kind of utilities, with the right kind of tools. That is, in the case of car, is transmission, the fuel injector, the steering, the accelerator, the other things. Okay, I know about cars because I am a car freak. I want to understand how cars works and all. But that is an important part, and that increase the potential of an engine, right? So similarly in AI agents, we have the LLM. That is a crucial part. Without that LLM, AI agents are very less potential, very basic thing. They cannot do complex tasks. But with like using the LLMs with all this utilities, what are the utilities? I am going to come on that only now. So with these utilities, the potential of the LLM will increase. Okay, so we have that intelligence here, which is the kind of a brain. But what is happening in an AI agent? Basically, see, we have this react loop. Okay, what is the react loop? In react, basically we have two words here, two kind of parts. The first is RE, and the second is ACT. RE stands for reasoning, and ACT stands for action. Okay, so this is very similar to how a human think, right? Because we also reason first, and then we take a action according to our reasoning. Without reasoning, the action we take are basically unconscious actions. Okay, or we can say they are kind of are autonomous actions. We do not do it deliberately. Like I am speaking right now, but I am blinking also, but I did it involuntarily. I didn't do it on purpose, but now I am blinking it on purpose, right? So that is without reasoning action. But we also do the reasoning action also. Like, so for example, you are watching this video, so what you have done, you are scrolling YouTube, or you have searched for the keyword, so that is you reason that okay, I need to learn about this topic. Or okay, if you see this thumbnail, you understand that okay, this looks interesting, I should learn about it. So this is your reasoning, and then you took the action. What action? Clicking on that video. That is your action, right? So you also work in this same manner. So we are going to make the LLM work in the same manner, which will make it useful. How? Let's see. So you can see what is happening in this current architecture is, see, firstly there is user query, which is you giving to that LLM. Then that user query will go to the LLM, and LLM will judge, LLM will reason now that okay, do I need to call any tool for that, or is my current information which I have in my head, which is my pre-training data, is it enough? So if the LLM says that okay, if my information is enough, I don't need to call any tool, so LLM will directly give me the output. It will not call any tool. But if LLM says that okay, the user is asking me about the current temperature of Delhi, and I don't know about the current temperature of Delhi, okay, I should use a web search tool. Okay, so the LLM shows that okay, I have a web search tool access, why don't I will use this web search tool access? I will do the web search using this web search tool, and this web search tool will give me the current temperature of Delhi. Okay, and then again the LLM will think that okay, now I have the information of the current temperature of Delhi, do I need to call any another tool, or is the information sufficient to cover that user query? The LLM will reason that okay, the information is sufficient. Let's give the direct answer to let's give the answer to the user in the form of output. So this is how the React reasoning works, and it is very similar to how human thinks, and this makes them the LLM very intelligent, and to do complex tasks. Like this is a simple query which I have given, but imagine a query which has like 4 or 5 parts, and where the LLM can call multiple tools in multiple iterations. Okay, so that is the one thing which makes them intelligent. Then the second thing is this tools, the access of tools, as you have seen already, like if they can do web search. Similarly, they can take the access of terminal, they can take the access of your browser. Access of your browser means they can spin up the browser on their own, and they can do activities there, right? So that is their power. And there are many other types of tools which are available, which we see also when we are going to the overview of the coding agent landscape that is there. Now this is how a AI agent works, especially the React AI agent work. But when we call it a coding agent, let's understand that. Okay, so here I am saying that here yeah, here this is a AI agent, but let's make it a coding agent. Coding, let me write that. Wait. Coding AI agent. Now when it will call a coding AI agent, right now it's not a coding AI agent, but now for example, this complete architecture, let me take that here also, and here I will say that okay, this is the thing. Now here, this is our React agent. But what are this coding agents doing is, so imagine this is a complete box of the coding agents. So let me write that coding agents which are helping you to do vibe coding. So what is happening, they have this all the tool, they have the tools access, this architecture and all the thing. What extra things they have? So let me explain you that. So first and the most good thing they have is the code base. The access of code base. Okay, then what other things they have? For example, they will have a MCP access here, MCP server. Okay, MCP functionality I would say. So I will just write MCP here. So they have their MCP where you can configure different MCP servers that they have. Then other thing what they can have is they will have the proper management, like for example, uh, orchestration and clouds and all the other things, like whatever top of it which will help this complete AI agent to perform better on our code base, so that we can develop it better. So there's one MCP is one thing. They can give you a proper orchestration system. Okay, orchestration system. So what I mean by orchestration system is they can give you the capability of spinning up multiple AI agents on a task in a separated manner, or they can do it on their own based on the prompt. Okay, so they can have orchestration system design, and there are other tools also. This is not the two things they do. There are many tools, there are many functionalities which they integrate, like I will say others here. So what is the main benefit? What is the main benefit of a coding agent is, see, we have this capability here with this tools, with this LLM, with this React thing. But the main thing which main difference which happens is the access of the code base is become very easier, and this is a two-way connection here. Two-way connection means they can see the code base and they can execute on top of the code base. That is a two thing which is happening here. Like they can get the access that okay, these functions are written, this is the architecture, this is how the complete flow is happening, and based on the query which you are giving, they can make modifications on the code base. Okay, and why it is useful? See, you are using ChatGPT, you can argue that okay, I can do this with ChatGPT itself, but you cannot give ChatGPT the complete access to your code base in one go. And you can give also, but it is a very tedious process. And if you are working on 20 projects, okay, or like in 20 projects, how tedious it will be to give that to ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is not designed for that, right? This complete system is designed for this thing only, that so that this particular AI agents, this particular LLM can work on your code base in the best manner. So this is the thing. Okay, so this is what the coding agents are, and what is the main difference between LLM and AI agent and a coding AI agent is. And fundamentally all the things, anti-gravity, cursor, your CLI agents like Claude Code, Codex, everything is this only, but they are designed in some different manner. Some has some capabilities, some has some weaknesses. That is the thing, but the fundamental thing is that only. Okay, and this is the access of the code base is the best thing and the most revolutionary thing by which they are that much useful. Why? I will tell you, you will understand why it's very useful. Okay, so now you understand what is a basic architecture of a coding agents, how this LLMs works, and what are this React loop, and how they are powerful, and what things they can do. What is the next thing which we need to understand? That is prompt. That is a user query which you are giving, which you are dropping in the system, and which is doing the magic, which is doing the complete work. So let's understand that, and let's understand how to do it in the best manner. Okay, so for that I want to take an example. So I want to take the example of Genie. Okay, so this, imagine your AI or your LLM as Genie. This is Will Smith basically from the Aladdin movie, and this is like he played Genie there, so I am representing that. So now what I am saying is AI is your Genie. Okay, but there is a catch. What is a catch? So the catch is that AI is your Genie, but it's a, what I will say, it's a literal Genie. Okay, so AI is a Genie, but it's a literal Genie. What I mean by literal Genie? Literal Genie means if you don't tell it, like imagine this Genie has the all the powers. Okay, and the Genie tells that okay, tell me your wish, and you tell this Genie that I want to have uh, ample amount, ample, or I will say ample amount of money. Okay, money. You will say infinite amount of money, but that doesn't make sense, right? That doesn't make sense. The Genie will not able to do that thing because it's not infinite intelligence. It's achievable in this universe itself. It is operating in the universe, right? So you have to give the prompts in such that way. So you said give me ample amount of money, so this is a very vague prompt. So what this Genie will do is, Genie will take this advice literally, and it will basically transfer, for example, this like very big amount, let's say this amount. Okay, this dollar amount to your account directly, without any proof, without anything. And the next day the income tax department will raid on your home, and all your money is gone to the what I will say government, and in the punishment itself. So will this prompt work due? No, right? Will this Genie does the work, but it took the uh, prompt literally. It took the prompt literally. What is a good prompt was that okay, give me this amount of money which is there. Let's take this only. Give me this amount of money, uh, by creating actual business value, search for the market gaps, fill those gaps by creating useful products. You can go on the deeper here, like you can tell what kind of products and all the things, right? That is the thing. And sorry, I that is a thing. Okay, useful products, and then share me the revenue in my account in a proper audited manner. Okay, so now this prompt is detailed, and now the Genie will take this advice also literally, and it will start working. Okay, because Genie can do anything. So that is the thing. So now this prompt is detailed, and it will not transfer the account this amount to you directly, and it will not make your read, and this money will actually be useful for you. So see, that's why I'm saying that AI is a literal Genie, and if you are prompting it, so prompt it according, like if it's a very powerful machine, it's a very powerful technology, but if you prompt that, the prompt you given, it will take it literally and it will do that work only. Okay, so that is a thing. That is the one thing I want to tell you. The other thing I want to tell you is this thing. See, this is what I have written here is, an LLM may know more than you, and in most cases obviously it's true, but you can only reach the part you know how to ask for. Okay, what I am saying is, see, I want to tell you, explain you this thing with an help of example. See, the task is I want to generate this image with the help of Gemini, image generation or any diffusion model per se. I have used Gemini. So what I have done is, see, I have tried this is my first attempt. Which I have given is, I have just given a vague prompt that generate me an image of text hello written in an image. Okay, image of, like, it's a very vague prompt. So what Gemini has done, Gemini model has looked into its training data, and the most common example the LLM model has, the Gemini model has in their training data, they come up with this very generic picture which is nowhere close to the desired output. Now, what in the second attempt I had given, I have noticed that, okay, this is no black images. Okay, so what I will say that generate me an image of text hello written in image and keep the background full black. So what does Gemini does? Again a very vague thing, a very vague image I've got with a black background and a very vague text which is a plain text, but nowhere close to my desired output. So what I have in my mind, it's not getting painted inside the LLM, even though LLM is capable of that. Why? What's the thing which is stopping? The words which you are using, the way you are giving the prompt is stopping you from getting the output. LLMs are capable, okay, but they are not. Now what I have done is, I have written a detailed prompt, and I have not written that, I have written it with the help of chat GPT. Okay, but I have what I will say, I have given it a proper keywords. I have tell that, okay, please give me this thing, please write it accordingly, that, and ChatGPT has given me this proper beautiful prompt where you can see all the things are mentioned in a very detailed manner. Typing what I will say, the spelling should be HELLO, it should be a 3D glossy metallic typography with purple, pink colors. I am saying reflection should be there, soft studio lighting should be there, high contrast on pure black background. So if you are not familiar with these things, right, you don't know about anything about image generation, image creation, graphic designing, you don't know about that, right? So you don't know these keywords too. What is high contrast, what is contrast, what is studio lighting, okay, what is this neon glow, what is smooth reflection surface, what you don't know about this thing, right? Here's negative prompt, here's a recommended session, right? So everything is there. And now see how the image goes directly. Like Gemini also told that this is very detailed prompt for creating something futuristic 3D typography, and see how right the image was. So you understand, the thing which is stopping me from getting my desired output was only and only the prompt. The LLM was capable for that. That's why I've told you that That's why I told you here that an LLM may know more than you, an LLM may be capable of more than you, but the thing, but you can only reach the parts, or you can only able to perform the task you know how to ask for. So you must know how to ask for the task, and how you are able to know, by knowing to the industry, by knowing to the technology, by knowing, by like understanding technology. So you want to be a uh, you want to create a product, okay, you want to create a product with the help of coding agents, which uses fast API, which uses LangChain, which uses RAG, which uses GenAI concepts, and you don't know that, okay. So how are you gonna prompt that, right? You have to prompt that with the help of keywords and all, and you even don't know, so you are not able to do, you will not be able to do it that efficiently. So this is the first step, first difference between vibe coding and vibe engineering. What is the difference? The vibe coder doesn't know anything about the technology at all, but the vibe engineer know completely about the technology on which the developer is working on, the coding AI agent is working on, so that there will be a very clean difference between the capabilities of the LLM, which is getting steered by the help of the vibe engineer, and the vibe coder, okay. So that is the thing. So let me write the difference also parallelly, meanwhile I am explaining you that, so that we will have a clear 3-4 pointer difference between a vibe coder and a vibe engineer. And I want you guys to be to do vibe engineering, okay, because vibe coding you will do because it's very fun and less effective, I would say. So that is it. So I will write it down here. So I will say vibe coding, and here I will say vibe engineering, and I will just say like this, okay. And I will let me create a line here, yeah. So here, vibe coder, what vibe coder do? Doesn't know about the technology, okay, on which the projects is getting built, or the development is getting done. But I would say know about the technology, know and has experience, and has experience about the technology, okay. So that is the thing, that is the first difference. So that's why I'm saying vibe engineering is a thing, vibe coding is not the thing. And why? Because of this reason. So let's quickly review what is done and what is not done in the fundamental explanation. So clearly you know about this React loop now, you know about LLMs, okay, this context window I will tell. Then you understand what are coding AI agents, and let me quickly tell you this context window, prompt and versus context, and agent skills, okay. So firstly let's discuss about the context window, okay, let's have the discussion. So you have seen, right, you have seen here that these LLMs are there, but every LLM has one limitation, or one capacity which you have to take care of, and that is the context window. So okay, so let's write it like that. So for example, here is the LLM, and LLM has a precious resource, which I will say a context window. So now what is a context window? Let me explain you with the help of an analogy. So if you know the computer systems, and if you know how a basic laptop or a personal computer works, every personal computer has a component of RAM, which is random access memory, and which is kind of a volatile memory, and which is very important memory. Why? Because it's a volatile memory, and all the current running tasks are ran into it, and that is a limited resource which you have. And for example, if your RAM got filled, right, for example you have 8 GB of RAM, and you try to spin up multiple softwares, and the current capacity of the RAM and the current running software exceeded that capacity, for example 8.5 GB. So they are not going to run at all in the same time, because they are all running inside the RAM. So the RAM is the limitation of the computer, on which on based of which the computer can perform and do the task in one time. So that is a limitation there. So similarly LLM has this context window, which is their limitation of understanding the knowledge, of getting the proper context to understand something, right? So for example, I want to give another example also. Like for example, you are understanding something, uh, and I told you I will give you the complete encyclopedia in one go. I will read you to it. Will you remember anything? No, right? Because there is a limitation of uh, the amount of information you can store in your head, and that is your context window, that how much information you can store in a particular time. If I say 10 names right now, most of you will be able to remember only 4 or 5 names, and if you have a very very good memory, 7 names. Okay, so that is your context window, like 5 names. 5 names is your context window right now. Similarly LLMs has the context window, but the LLM's context window is not 5 names. It is like one book, 2 books. So there is a measure of it. Okay, so for example, there is the current model which we are getting, the state of the art models like GPT 5.4 and all, they have the maximum capacity of 1 million tokens of context window. Okay, but the usual models, let me write it like here. The usual models which we are going to use, and which are very oftenly used, and which are cost effective also, has the context window length like 200k. Okay, 200k, or like 200k to 400k. It's the length, 200k tokens at a time. So if you give some information to the LLM which is exceeding their context window, they are sure gonna hallucinate. Okay, so you have to, whenever you are dealing with the LLMs, whenever you are dealing with the LLM, you have to take care of their context window, and you have to think in that manner. Okay, so for example, you have a very large project on which you are working on, and you have multiple number of files, 6,000 lines of script you have, which is not good. You should use modular coding. But for example, you are working with 10 files in the one time, so that code lines will become big, and that will fill up the model's context window. Because why it will fill up? Because not only the coding files will be there, the reasoning context will be there, the past conversation history will be there. So that all constitutes, and it will fill up the context window. And whenever the context window will get filled, the LLM will perform bad. So that's what I am saying is, this coding with the help of coding AI agents is basically a game of context management only. So what I will write it here. So you want to play a game of context management. Okay, so what you have is, you have a player which is LLM, which you have to manage. So every LLM, we are saying an AI agent. Basically every AI agent has a brain, and they have a limited resource which is called context window. So every agent which you are giving task to, so you have to give them the task by keeping in mind their context window length. Okay, so that you have to give. So that is the main thing. So this is kind of a game of context window which we want to play. So here, if I open the architecture, so this is where the game of the context window is running, the complete thing. So there is access of the code base, but the LLM can't see the code base if the project is very large, because see the code base from the complete lens, because the project is very large. Okay, why it can't see? Because it has a limitation of the context window. That's why these coding agents are working, so that uh, keeping in mind the limitation of the context window, your LLM, your AI agents can work in the most efficient manner inside your code base. And the same thing we are going to learn today itself, that how to use this coding AI agents, so that you can play the game of the context management in a very efficient manner, and you can build end to end very effective projects, not in one go. I'm not saying in one go, but in a very high speed manner and efficient manner. That is important, not in one go is not important. So I hope you understand what is context window. Now let's quickly discuss about what is the difference between context versus prompt. Okay, So if you see this meaning of the words in the dictionary, you will find the difference there only. So what is prompt? Let me give you the example itself. So see, let's take the example of this image only. Here see, if I say that, okay, generate me the image of a text hello world in an image. Okay, this is just a prompt. There is no context in it. Context is the information about the instruction which is given there. Prompt is an instruction, but context is the information about the instruction. Okay, so let me also help you with an example here. So for example, you have a file in your code base which you want to what I will say debug. Okay, which you want to debug, or even say a better example came in my mind is you are working on a project and you got an error. And if you ever use chat gpt or any coding agent itself, what you do, you copy that error and you paste it in the chat gpt window. So that pasted thing, okay, so let me write it here. So for example, this was the chat gpt chat box here. What you will do is you will paste that error. I will say pasted error content. Okay, that is pasted error content. And then you will say solve this error, solve this error, and you will tell more something around it. Okay, so this is that. So what is context and what is prompt here? So see, this pasted error is your context. This pasted error is your context. This solve this error is your instruction, which is your prompt. Okay, so this is your context, this is your instruction, and again the other things which you are saying, like for example, you are saying this solve this error. I am getting this error when I am trying to log in inside my application. So this I am trying to log in inside my application. This is context. Again, this is context. This is the information which you are giving about the instruction which you want to uh, take care of. Okay, so that is the thing. So I hope you understand the clear difference between the uh, context versus a prompt. So that is a difference. So here you can easily see that the information which is going from our code base, the access of the code base, this is our complete context. This is our complete context. And the prompt which we are giving, that okay, I want to implement this feature, that feature. So that is kind of a prompt. So you have this context, and that is a prompt. So you will prompt, but you have to play the game of context management, so that the context is given to the LLM in such a way that their context window will not get full, and they are able to work it by maintaining their context window in a 70% like fill manner. Okay, so that is the thing. So I hope you understood now this fundamental overview, this LLMs, this prompt versus context, the understanding of AI agents and agent skills. I will tell you agent skill also. So let's discuss that too. So see, what is happening is, let's take an example. So what example I am taking? So here for example, inside your code base, if you are working on a big project, what you will have is, you will have a list of features, number of features, right? So for example, you will have an integration with crm. Okay, that is one thing that you have. Then what you can have is uh, wait a minute, yeah, you can have another thing which can be kind of let's say your APIs detail. Okay, or let's not take the example of API. Let's take an example of uh, and here I will say all the Gen AI related services. Let's say that services are there. Okay, and there are other skills too, other functionalities too. Okay, so what I will say, like here I will say are APIs. Let's say that APIs. Okay, APIs. So this have. So what you are going to do? For example, you want to work on your integration with crm. So what you need to do is, you need to tell that what you will do currently is, you will tell that okay, I need to integrate this or I would need to solve this one feature inside my crm system, and then I am facing this bug. And you will, if you are a good prompt engineer and you have worked with this agent, what you will also do is, you will tell about the integration, you will tell about the location at which the integration is happening. So all this information you have to give again and again whenever you are working with that feature. Okay, for example, you worked for this feature today, and then after 1 month you are going to work on that, so you have to again revise. So it's better to keep a documentation, right, of this particular integration with the CRM. And when you integrated with the CRM, what exception do you face, what things worked, what things doesn't work, what is the architecture which we have placed there, everything which should be in a single document. Okay, right? And that single document can be more easy to do to the LLM, because what will happen is, if you don't prepare that single document, every time the LLM will have to search the complete code base one by one, and then it has to generate the context, and then it has to do the task, and it will be it will be slow and less efficient. Okay, what is more efficient is, you will keep a text based file of that particular integration. Okay, and then whenever you are working with that particular feature or with that particular tool, you will just give that documentation directly to the LLM, and that LLM will now have the complete information in a very efficient manner. Okay, so that single document which I'm talking about is a skill. Okay, so for example, you created a document of that integration with CRM, so that document will be counted as agent skill for integration with CRM for your project. And for example, you want to do the same thing with the Genie service, with the chatbot feature that you have in your project, so you will prepare a complete documentation, and there is a proper structure of skills which you have to follow, that this agent will understand it better. So that is not a discussion of today's topic. Like, you can go ahead and you can understand the structure of a agent skill, how it works and what are there. If you want, you can comment, and I will also happy to make another video covering agent skills, or just only agent skills. But I want to explain you what the importance of agent skill is, and why you should inculcate inside your project and inside your development. Okay, so that is a thing. So this is also a part of context management, right? You are managing the context, so this is a very good strategy in playing. This is a good basically way of playing the game of context management that we are playing. So I hope you understood, and I hope you like the understanding of the fundamentals which we have discussed. And if you finding this valuable, if you finding this very useful for your coding game, then please like this video. Please subscribe to Sunny Sir's channel. I also have a channel, please subscribe to my channel too. And please comment down the learnings and the most enjoyable thing which you are having. And if you have any other doubts also, you can ask them inside the comment section. Please engage, we are happy to engage with you inside the comment section, and we read every comment section, comments inside the comment section. Okay, so I hope you are finding this video useful till now. And congrats, like, you have already completed the first section, and you have taken the overview itself. Now what we are going to do, we are going to understand the current coding agent landscape, what is there, what are the types of coding agents do we have, and we are going to quickly get the overview of them. And then we are going to shift our attention to building the end-to-end customer support AI agents. Okay, so let's get started with our second section. Okay, so now let's get the discussion started for our second session. So what I want to tell you is that, see, we have our what I will say, AI coding agent. Whatever you do, okay, whatever type of AI agent you are using the structure which we have discussed, which is this one. Okay, this you already understand. So whichever you are using, this will be remain constant. This will remain constant. What will get differ on which environment this coding agents are running, and on which type of environment you are getting that. Okay, that is a thing which will get difference. So what kind of environment they can run on? So they can run on majorly three types of environment. So what are the environments? So the first type is, let me zoom in a bit. So the first type is basically CLIs is command line interface. They can run on command line interface. Then there is second type, which is our IDs means they can work along with you on our ID, so that you can take the view of the code also, and you can work with them. So there is ID based, which is integrated development environment, which is like your VS code. Okay, you are aware of that, VS code, PyCharm, and other IDs also. So that is there. Then I would say the other way to run this AI coding agent is cloud. Okay, on cloud they can run. Okay, on cloud VMs, on cloud servers, like on EC2 instance. Okay, for example, on EC2 instance you run a coding agent, they will run. Okay, so they can run on cloud service, cloud based agent also. So that is there. Then these are the major three types. So what is changing? The architecture which we discuss will be same. There will be small tweaks and small additions which is given by each and every player inside our AI coding agent space, because every AI coding agents player or product creator will try to bring some differences inside their product, right? So that people are gonna see value inside each of them, and they will use it in place of their competitors, right? So that is a thing. So let's categorize all of it. So for example, this anti-gravity, so where will anti-gravity falls? Anti-gravity falls on IDE thing. Okay, IDE thing. And I will be 100% on, I will be 100% honest with you. So what is there is, there is no separated line here. Okay, from anti-gravity also you can deploy cloud agents. But see, that is not important to understand, right? You can do that, that is a beneficial thing. But majorly the design focus of the anti-gravity guys were IDE, that is a thing. Okay, on IDE you will run anti-gravity on the main thing. Similarly, cursor is also a IDE, so you will get that here. Okay, so what is this Copilot? So Copilot is also a IDE, but Copilot will not give you a dedicated IDE. It will integrate inside any IDE in the form of plugins. So if you ever used VS Code in your development thing, there is VS Code plugins, right? You can install Python as a plugin, you can install Pylons, you can install PDF viewer as a plugin inside your VS Code, which will give you additional functionalities, right? So similarly, you can use GitHub Copilot inside plugins. So you can even use uh, GitHub Copilot inside Cursor, because Cursor is IDE and it will also have plugins. Okay, so that's why you can use both. So that is a thing. I will also tell you the overview of that. Then comes the picture of CLIs. So what are CLIs? CLI is basically command line interface, the terminal on which we work on. So in CLI, this Claude code is based on CLI. This Claude code is based on CLI. Then I am talking about this. What I will say, Codex by OpenAI. It is also based on CLI. It runs on CLI itself. And then there is other thing like cloud agents. So for example, this Replit is example of cloud agents. It runs inside the cloud. So you will just give the prompt and it will orchestrate agents, and it will run all the agents and the processing inside a server which is working on a cloud itself. So it's on your not on your local environment. Okay, so there will be very high autonomousity, and where there will be very high automation, which I will say. And here ID and CLI thing, you can work here on your local environment, so you will have a high level of access and high level of control too. Okay, so this is generally more preferred by what I will say, geeky developers, which are very old developers, and which are very liking the terminal, and they work with Linux environment and all. So they will be preferring Claude code. The developers which are familiar with IDEs, which use IDEs, so they will be using these tools. Okay, and that is the thing. But as I said, like there is not a very separate line between all of it. Claude code also provides a plugin, so you can use it inside our IDE. GitHub Copilot also provides cloud agents, like you can deploy cloud agents using GitHub Copilot, similarly using Cursor, this thing. But the primary focus of designing each of the products is CLIs. Like when designing Claude code, the Claude code people focus on CLIs, so that's why it's divided inside CLI category. But you can perform background agents and all the things from there itself, and you can use Claude code inside your IDE too. So there is like a blurry line, but the basis of it, which their products are designed and which they started, are these things. Okay, so I hope you got the point what is there. So you got to know the types of AI coding agents which we have, the types of that, and what category will fall inside each. And this is done. Now what we will do, we will quickly see the overview of each of the coding agents which is IDE based. I will focus on this IDE based. Okay, if you want, I can give you a dedicated video on Claude Code. I can give you a dedicated video on Codex, or I can give you a dedicated video on CLI category itself. That I can do. Background agents. If you want that, you can comment down. You can like this video to make it more reachable, so that I will understand that you are liking the explanation, and I can explain you more also, right? So that is the case, but today we will focus on this IDE thing. So let's get started. So let's get started with the help of GitHub Copilot, and eventually we will go to others IDE like Cursor and Antigravity. So let's get our discussion started for that. So as you guys can see, now I am on a website which is this from GitHub itself, and it's a Copilot page. So here they have told about the GitHub Copilot thing. So you can see they are saying command your craft, and like here they are saying try Copilot now, and you can see the clear snapshot that what is happening here. This Copilot is running inside a IDE, and it's running as a plugin. So they are already saying already have a VS Code open now. So when you click on this try Copilot now, what will happen is it will spin like it will give you a Copilot access inside their cloud environment, and it can have the, because it's a it has a name of GitHub Copilot, right? So it has all the access, it can have all the access of your GitHub repositories on the go inside your cloud agents, right? Here I have already configured, I have already given the proper setup and all, everything is there. So that is the thing, but I will also explain you how you can do the same for your VS Code. So for example, you already have the VS Code. So what you need to do, you have to just only click this already have VS Code thing. So it will open that particular page or plugin page inside your VS Code. So it will open your VS Code. So you must have VS Code for it, or you can use other IDs too. You just have to find the plugin which is which is made for your ID, and it is made by GitHub Copilot. So that is the thing. So I'm showing that for VS Code. So I will open that. So what it will do, it will open my VS Code. So it is doing that, and inside the extension, see, let me close it, all the things. Sorry. Yeah. So this is the thing. Now you can see. Sorry. What is inside my plugin? Inside the plugins, you have to just write GitHub Copilot. Okay, so you can see you have this GitHub Copilot plugin. This is by GitHub itself, and you can clearly see this is GitHub Copilot chat, and I have already installed it. So here is that, but you can install that, and how you will open this basically. So after that, after opening installing that, you will see a option here. You will see a clear option here to use that GitHub Copilot, and inside that option, let me come here. Inside that option you can see all the details like inline suggestion. What are inline suggestions? So for example, I am writing something here, that print, okay, and here, so this inline suggestion will come, but currently I have disabled them. So let me try to enable and tell you how it will done. So I will say that inline suggestions, I have disabled it for my files and all. So I want it on it, and I want it for Python, and I will say that next edit suggestion also. So I have enabled all of it. So what I am saying is I want inline suggestions for all my files for Python language, and then I will also need the next edit suggestion. So with inline suggestions, I want to have a next edit suggestion too. So it will predict that what the next edit I am going to do. So if I am going to write here print, see, now I am getting a inline suggestion. So I will just press tab, and it will get me. Then I will just press enter. So see, it's now giving me another next edit thing. So that is so if I save this, so it will give me this thing. Now you can see this is working. So but let me, I don't like it basically, so I will switch it off. Now if I write something, right, if I write print, okay, so I'm not getting any inline suggestion right now. So that is their one feature. So what is the second thing that we can get? So here this is their inline thing. They have something called chat messages. So what are chat messages basically? So the interface which we seen, right? So let me go to my code base. So currently I'm inside my VS Code, and I have enabled Copilot, but I don't see any chat there. So how to open that chat? Okay, so what I will do, I will click on this thing. This is the button. If I click on that, so it will open me a chat section, which is a GitHub Copilot chat. Okay, So here what is happening is, so let me bring myself here. So here what is happening, you can clearly see I am getting a chat, and here I am getting some options. So let me explain you that. So firstly, from clicking here, you can create a new chat, and you can create in other sessions. So see, you are seeing CLI also here, because there is no separate line. You can also run the CLI session 2 here. So let me click on plus. So you can see it is already a new chat itself, so it's giving that. So after that, you can see here I have some attachments to do. So what are attachments basically? So if you have used any of the coding, like what I will say chatbots, you can give attachments like any image, any PDF file, anything, right? So you can give attachments here. So it is showing me screenshot windows, right? So screenshot is, it screenshots me, screenshot the current window, and it's take given the attachment, it's there. See, you can see. Now I'm deleting that. So you can attach any file also here, like for example this bot.py, for example this is here, or I will say docker file. So if I say this docker file, so it has a context of the docker file now, and I will say okay, uh, tell me about, or I will say explain me this docker file uh, properly, and explain how it's being useful for my project. Okay, so there is a spelling mistake, I know, but it's okay, the LLM will understand. So here is that. Now what other options I have this thing, right? See, local Copilot CLI or cloud. So what is this thing? So do what in which manner, in which environment I have to run this? So do I have to run this agent inside my local system? Do I have to run it inside a CLI environment where multiple agents can do work simultaneously, and it will run inside a background? And then do I have to run it inside a cloud environment where our code base will be uploaded, and there the agents will work and give us the proper results? So it will basically create a pull request for us, which we will review later. So that is the thing. But now I want to work with local. And what is this Claude? So this Claude is a special mode which they introduced so that you can use cloud models, Claude models, which is given by Anthropic. So that is there. But we are like, it doesn't work that great. So we are going to go with local right now, and then I am going to tell you this things about this. So see, what are we have three modes here. We have agent, we have ask, we have plan. Let me come up. Okay, then I will explain. So see, we have agent, we have ask, we have plan. What is agent? Agent is basically the fullest level of autonomicity. When you want that your AI coding agent should work at the fullest potential, and should not ask you much questions, and work according to the decisions inside your code base itself. You have given the task and it should work itself. So that is the simple, that is a one agent mode. Then there is this second thing which is called ask mode. So here it's written that answers questions without making changes. So in ask mode, you don't want your AI agent to make any changes. You want to ask something to the AI agent related to your code base. Okay, that can happen, right? For example, you want to understand, in this case only, we want to understand what is my docker file is, and how it is useful in my project. So you don't want to make any changes, right? You want to ask. So I will select ask mode here. Okay, and then there is this plan mode. So this plan mode is a super thing to do, which is a very useful thing to do, because what plan mode will do is, plan mode will enhance your prompts, will enhance your prompt by getting all the information about your initial instruction, and it will create a detailed prompt according to your code base, according to your needs. It will ask you questions too. So this plan mode is very useful, and we are going to use this a lot inside the AI end-to-end coding part inside this tutorial itself. So this plan mode you must use it. Okay, so that is there, but currently I will use it in ask mode. And then I have this auto thing. So what is there? See, I have told you that every car has engine, right? And engine is their main power, or by which they can be useful. But without car infrastructure, the engine is not useful, right? So we have that infrastructure here. In case of coding agent, this CLI and the GitHub Copilot. But there is engine, right? Engine, which is LLM. So engines can be different type. There can be 2000 cc engine, then can be a very high power, very high torque engine, and then there can be a fuel efficient engine. Similarly, there can be a different types of model. So for example, here I can have Haiku 4.5, which is a smaller model, and it will basically good with smaller tasks. So here it will like the context window you can see is also small, 160K only. But if you go for some other models like GPT 5.4, GPT 5.4 has 1.1 million token length. It is a very high performing model, but it will be expensive, right? But GPT 4 Claude Haiku 4.5 will be less expensive. It's like that. So there are different engines which is given. And what is auto? Auto is basically this GitHub Copilot orchestrator engine which we have discussed, right? It will decide based on the prompt which you have given and the availability of the model limit you have inside your plan. It will choose the best model according to the prompts and other constraint, and it will use that model, so you don't have to worry about that. So that is automated only. So I will select auto here, then I will give on this tool. So you see, this is tools. So I have already explained you what are tools, right? So you can see I have in the example I have told you only 3 tools: web search, terminal, and browser. But in the real life you can see how many tools the agent can have access to. It can have access to this Mermaid chat feature, Jupyter related tools, MCP server related tool with pylons, web tool, web fetch information from the web, which we discussed, and other tools are there. You can have you can get information about that. So see, this has tools also. Now but for now we are not want to use any tool, and then I will just say start. So see, what it will do is, it will take some time obviously. Then it will analyze the code, and it will give me the complete explanation of the understanding of the code for in respect of that file. So you can read and you can understand. So it's giving me line by line explanation, okay, for that file. So see, it is giving line by line explanation that okay, this from Python 2.2, what it does, why. Similarly, work directory app, what it's doing. Then this run thing, what it's doing basically. So you can understand everything, right? And then I will say, I will also do one thing. Let's create a new chat. I will say uh, please run this project. Just simple. This is a vibe coding command, because I'm just saying run this project. I'm not saying that where to run this project, how to run this project, why I want to run this project, nothing. Just one thing: please run this project. And I'm going to like say this thing, as I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to do this plan mode. So let me demonstrate you that too. So let me, if I run it now, so you can see it will work, and this time it will plan, it will not execute it directly. So it is analyzing, and it's saying I'm in the plan mode. So I will first explore the project structure to create a comprehensive plan. So it is getting the complete context, and then see how it's asking me questions, so that it's refining my prompt, it's refining that what I want, right? So we have not given the instruction in a proper manner, so the agent is coming back to us and asking that okay, you have opened the loops which I don't know, so I don't want to take the decision on my own, so please give me the information about the these things. So here it's asking that do you have the required environment variable configured. So I am saying let me check. Okay, so I don't know, so let me check, and let me go on that env, and I have the API keys. Okay, so this API keys are already disabled, I know. So I will say okay, I have a API key. Then I will say okay, preferred way to run this project. So see, I've noticed it that this is the gap, but the agent also noticed, and it's asking me from the myself only. So and I will say that okay, directly execute Python, don't try to run the Docker itself. Now what it's doing, it's after creating that plan, let me save it to memory, it's getting it persistent, and then it will propose that plan to me. Now we have the complete plan. So that one prompt which we have given, right, what prompt we have given, please run this project. Now the agent has done the work, and it has enhanced our prompt into this proper prompt, so that we get a proper result. So that's why it's very useful to use plan mode. And currently the API keys are expired, and this running this project is not a goal of this course, so I am not going to waste the time there. But you get the gist, right? What is the thing? So now with these commands you will know that what is the thing which our model is going to do, and if it is going to do any wrong, you have to interfere there, right? So this is kind of the uh, second thing like which I want to discuss, like uh, a vibe engineer will give detailed prompt. Okay, vibe engineer will give detailed prompt in respect to the vibe coder, which is give this vague prompts. Okay, so that is the thing. So firstly, the vibe coder will not know anything about the project, so the project will be black box. It will He will not know the files exist or all that. But a vibe engineer will know that okay, I have this file, I have the architecture, I know the architecture, I know the technology which is working, and I know what is Docker, I know how API work, what is fast API, whatever technology is doing, I know about that. And then I will also write proper prompts with proper information. I will use this plan mode, I will enhance my prompt. Okay, that is the thing. So that is the second difference. So let me write that inside our thing. So here I will go, let me come here. Yeah, so vibe coder will write uh, what I will say, uh, vague or generic prompt, vague or generic prompts. Okay, and this vibe engineer will write detailed and project specific prompts. Okay, and also use plan mode to modify to expand on it. Okay, so that is that. So that is the two difference which we got. So you understood, right? You understood what is the what is this thing, how to run this thing, what is GitHub Copilot. Let us go to the settings also and understand what other settings do we have inside the Copilot. So if I go to the settings, so here you can see here we have skills too, so you can create agent skills. So as we have already discussed, so that we have. Then what we have custom agents. What are custom agents basically? So you can create your custom agents. So like you can configure like what is a system prompt or your custom agent, what is that all things, so that you can configure. But it's better to use your agent which is given by the coding agent itself. So and then here in the setting I have prompts file, so I can create some prompts and I can store them which I want to use again and again. So that is there. So you can see already we have some file some prompts like research and plan with the plan agent, right? So we have some prompt which is there given by them. Then what we have this instructions skills. I have already told instructions and rules. So as we discussed that skills is the context which is getting which is of a particular skill. Instructions and rules are the things which you want to be uh, consistent, like that agent should not never ever delete my production database, right? So that is a rule that is a rule which the agent will never do it, will should never do or must never do. So that's why it's a rule, and you have to state that okay, please don't my production database that is present there. So the agent will never do it because it's present in the rule. Similarly, we have instructions, then we have hooks. So what are hooks? So basically what are hooks is basically, see, whenever a agents run na, there will be different states on which the agent can run. So you can see when the session is starting, that is one hook. So we can define that what should happen when this hook runs, right, at that level. Then when user submits the prompt, what particular action should happen at that time of the thing. So that I can say one particular hook. Similarly, we have this stop when executes when the agent stops. So these are the hooks. So I hope you got that. Then we have MCP servers. So MCP servers is basically you can get the MCP tools for a particular providing. So MCP server I'm not covering here because that is a different concept altogether. That is also kind of a way to get the information, or we can say context from external providers in a tool calling manner, that I can say. So MCP server we also have, so we can configure that too here, but I will not covering that here right now. Then we have tool sets. So all the tools, we can create new tools also which the agent can use. So basically tools are just functions, right, written in Python and any language. So we can create new tools also. Then Here plugins we have. So GitHub Copilot has their plugins. So currently it's not listing, but some additional functionalities which is there itself. Then chat settings. So what chats settings I should have: maximum response, then checkpoints, show file changes, everything like related to display and all the things, which you can go and which you can configure according to your settings. So default action, default behavior, collapse tools, then generate titles, phrases, everything you can configure, right? So that is there. And then after that, which is show agent logs. So what is the agent is thinking, what is happening, everything, agent logs. Okay, load skills, load agents, load hooks, so all the things are there. So you can see the complete debugging panel of the agent itself. So that is there. So I hope you got the understanding of the GitHub and what's happening, what's everything is there, why it's paid here. So here you can see manage paid premium requests. So I have some paid plan also, which I am using, but in free time you can also use these features, but there will be limitations, and you can see what is the limitation there. So that is that, and I can manage its subscription here, and I can see my budgets and the users also. So this is working with my GitHub repository, and it is giving me these results. So that is there. Now what is the second thing which we need to discuss? So we have discussed about the, what I will say, this GitHub Copilot. So we have discussed that. Now we'll discuss about the second IDE, which is our cursor. So let me open cursor. So firstly, here if I go, see, this is the website of the cursor. So it's directly open that. I don't want that. So you can clearly see. Let me zoom in so that you can see it clearly. So you can see the product. If I go into product, so they have what they have. They have a ID here. They have a ID, which is giving some task, which is doing some task, and this is presenting some plan, and it's performing some results, and it's giving us some output, right? So I will tell you that. And what you can do, there are multiple modes, and there are multiple models which can run parallelly, that is there. Then code based indexing. So it index the code, means it understand the codes, read the this files, read these files, search for this retry logics and all. Then there are rules. I've also already explained you what is a rule. So teach cursor your preferences. So you can tell the preferences which you want, in which way you want to code, and that's all the thing we can do. Then there are modes also, like see, we have plan mode. Then we have this design thing, like that we can do. Then debug mode we have for debugging purpose. So that is there. Then it can run terminal. I have already told, like coding agents can run terminal. You can add the context here. With the help of that, I will tell you everything. So GitHub checkpoints, everything like major thing which will be getting used, I will tell. Here we have plugins too. So we have plugin of Slack, Figma, Notion, GitHub, that plugins we have, so that our coding agent can use this plugins to get the information from this services providers. Then we have skills, which we have already discussed for context management. Then we have mcp server, which we can use to get the information, get the information from the external tools and data sources. That is there. Then like everywhere you work. So see, I have told you that it can work as a ID, but it can also work as a CLI also, but they have not developed it in start. So natively this product is a ID itself. So that is there, but you can make it on other surfaces also, like other surface like GitHub, Slack itself. Then web and mobile agent, but the most efficient way in which this cursor will run is ID. So that's why I've told. So that is there. Then there's some information, so that is done. So now let's open the cursor and let's understand. So this is my cursor. So here if I go ahead, so you can see here, I can see the files I have. Then the basic thing which we get inside our VS Code, we have the plugin again. So here I can also write GitHub Copilot. See, and I will get the GitHub Copilot plugin here also. So somewhere I should get. So yeah, I will get, like I will write and I will find, and I can get that file. If it is not, even if it's not coming inside this search, I can enable it here too. So that is the thing. And then after that, or if even we are not able to enable that here in the form of plugin, we can use it in the CLI, right? So where we can always open a terminal inside any ID. So here is our ID, and inside our ID we can use that GitHub Copilot as a CLI. So that is there itself. And here, let me zoom in again a bit so that you can see clearly. Yeah, let me zoom in a bit more. Yeah, so that is there. Now we have this file explorer that is there. Now what is the main feature? The main feature is chat here, so let me show that. So here if I open this thing, so you can see I have this agent thing, so you can deploy agents here, multiple agents. So this is my agent which is come on. So agent is basically will have that same architecture which we discussed, right? Which architecture? This architecture that we have our agent in our hand, which we can give user query here, user query, and then it has the access of the code base, which is this code base. And in my current code base I have this only one file, which is flow.excalibur file, and this agent is capable of creating excalibur diagram also. I will not show that here because it will take time and the course will get long, but it is able to calculate, give that, it will able to give that, because it has the complete context of the flow.excalibur, that is there. So that is there. Now what is the next thing? We have this agent mode, which is very similar to the one which we have discussed in the GitHub CLI. Plan mode very similar, ask mode very similar. Then debug mode. So in debug mode what it will do is basically it will so see, I have asked here itself, like, okay, tell me what is cursor debug mode. So it's giving me that, okay, cursor debug mode is a special operating mode for AI inside cursor, where I am required to debug issues using real runtime evidence, not just by reading codes and guessing. So what is happening here is cursor will debug by running the code and getting the evidence, means getting the logs, and based on the logs and the code it will get the logic and it will try to resolve the issues. So this is what debugging is, right? So they have done that. So cursor has the ability to run terminal, right? So if it has the ability to run terminal, it has the ability to run code, and if it has the ability to run code, it can get the logs, and after getting the logs it has already the access of the code base, so it can map both the things and it can do the debugging. So they have given a proper debugging mode which will facilitate. So I hope you will understand, but I will highly suggest use this plan mode more, agent mode and ask mode for getting the understanding of the code base. And you can understand your code base in a very fast manner with the help of these agents, right? Because they can parse very fastly from your code bases, like it's very fast based on you. So it's kind of a, like, I want to pitch a quote here, like if the Steve Jobs, like if you remember a quote from the Steve Jobs, the quote was, computers are like cycles from mind, like cycles from mind. Computers are like cycles from mind. That Steve Jobs says. So this LLMs and this coding agents are like motorcycle for your mind, motorcycle. So it will give us the motor effect for the cycle which is given by the computer, right? So that is a thing. So use this motorcycle a lot to get your speed running, right? So that is a thing. Now you understood this thing. Now you can also give voice inputs here. You can always upload an image, you can always give a PDF, you can always mention some files. As you can see, files and folder, docs, any docs you want to mention. Angular, see, you have already many docs, Angular docs here, and other things like AWS CLI official docs, all the docs. Okay, then you can add new docs too. So here it is giving me that please give me the URL of the documentation. So for example, I want to know this coding agent LangChain. So I will just paste the LangChain documentation and it will give me the LangChain documentation. It will have the context of the LangChain documentation. So if it has the context of LangChain documentation, it will do the code in a very efficient manner for LangChain, right? So that is that. So all the things are context, and we are preparing the context for the LLM, right? So that is there. Then terminals. So what terminals do the current what I will say agent has, and we can mention that terminal. So currently if I open that, so you can clearly see we have two terminals. One is this ZSH which is there, and one is cursor always run one terminal in the background. So that is there. So that we can mention. Then other things like we can mention past chats, so which we have discussed in the past. For example, then branches, so different branch we can mention here. So for example, you can mention your dev branch or your feature branch. Then browser, you can give the access of browser and they will be able to use the browser here also. So that is a thing. Now you have this auto. So auto is basically, you can understand, balance quality and speed and recommendation for the most tasks. So I have already explained you. Then if I close it, so you can see I have models. So I can explicitly choose that, okay, please send this request to this model. So let me give you an overview, like what models are more good, what are the each model important. So see, composer 1.5. Composer 1.5 is a model which is given by cursor team, and the main mode of it is it's very fast and efficient and effective too. Okay, it's very fast, but it will not able to do many very complex tasks, right? So that you have to keep in mind. And the context window is only 200k window length. Then there is this GPT 5.3 codex, right? So GPT 5.3 codex is the OpenAI's latest coding model right now, and it has a context window of 272, and obviously it has name of codex in it, so it will be a coding model. So that is there. So coding models are better at performing code, writing code, analyzing code. They are not good at giving you explanations, right? Generating you documentations, that they are not good at that. Then GPT 5.4. So you can see this is a latest flagship model from the GPT family, from OpenAI, and they have here the version they have for GPT 5.4 is 272k context window, but they have like supported 1 million context window too. Then there are other models too, like Opus 4.5 is the latest flagship model. Then Gemini has models like Pro is very deep thinking kind of model. It can think and give you answers. Then Gemini 3 Flash, its name suggests it's a flash model. It will give fast results, but it will be less efficient, and it cannot handle complex tasks. Okay, so if you want to just write a git command and all the things, GPT 3 Flash is good. If you want to do some complex thing like to develop some API architecture, integrate them, implement it, you will use Gemini 3 Pro. So all of this thing keeping in mind, you have to choose the model. So I have given you the explanation too. And now what is the other thing which I want to tell you is that, see, here I am getting this progress bar. Okay, this circular progress bar. So they are also aware, like coding AI agent creators, like cursor creators and all the things, they are also aware that context window is a very important thing which the developer need to be aware of. So that's why they have given a like status here. So you can see the current conversation accounts for 6.7% of the context window. So whenever it is exceeding like this 6.7%, like for example it became 70%, so it's a good time to tell that agent that, okay, please summarize all the past conversations which we have, all the important details. Don't lose the important details, please summarize it and give me in a proper manner. On you can even say to create a doc for me for that proper past conversation details, and use that doc to in a new chat, because with a proper context window. And like I have seen that this coding AI agent, like coding AI CLIs and IDs have the feature of automatically compacting the context window itself. Like for example, if you are working and the context window exceeded like 90%, 95%, they will automatically do this thing which I am telling, right? But it's a good practice to do it yourself also, because like automation gives brings abstraction, right? So if you are working with large things, like large code base and all, that abstraction can bring bugs, right? So that is a thing. So that's why I'm telling that. So this is a overview of that chat structure. Now I want to bring your attention to this thing here. You can see the list of the agents which you have used, and then here you can see all the other related thing, like related to this tab itself. Then if I go to this layout thing, so it's okay here. Now if I go to this cursor here, settings. So inside this cursor setting, if I go here, is some important things are there. So you can see it is some general settings which is there already. So I will not explain you here that much. So this is important. So see, it's a privacy mode. I am running it inside a privacy mode. So what is a privacy mode? In privacy mode, the code data will not trained on and used to improve the product. Okay, so that cursor team will not use your code data, your coding information, project information, to code their models and improve their product. Okay, so this is in privacy mode, but you can use that in share data also, so that the cursor guys will get to know your project information. But if you are working on some important project or your company project, you should do it inside privacy mode. That is there. Now inside this plan and uses, so I am currently on the free plan, but you can improve use other plans also. So what is the difference between free plan and paid plans? So in free plan you have only the access of this uh, auto thing and no other like models. So this auto thing is there where you can use some basic models, but if you are, and with some limits which is very generic limits, like you cannot create one project also with that free tier, like one full project. So that is there, but you, if you buy some like $20 plan, 2000 rupees in Indian terms, then you can get a very generic limit where you can create multiple projects. So that is there. Now inside agents you can get settings related to agents. So let's quickly see through it. So auto run mode, so it's saying that whenever agent is running, so should it running and it get to some decision, should it ask it every time, should it auto run in the sandbox, or it should run every time in any environment, like whether it's a sandbox or is a local environment, that is there. Then there is auto approval mode transition. So mode transition that will automatically approve without prompting. So which mode, like for example I'm going from planning to agent, okay, so at that transition I want that auto approval, no permission will be there. Then browser protection, so prevent the agent to automatically use the browser tools, automatically spin up the browser. Say similarly for MCP default location, so where should the new agent will come, text size, these are basic thing which you will understand. The other some important tool is, see some context important thing is here. So you can see there is web search tool access, so I want to give that web fetch tool should be there. Hierarchical cursor ignore, so what is a cursor ignore? So you are aware of git ignore, right? So git ignore is for ignoring the files from getting tagged inside your GitHub, okay, inside your git, okay. So similarly git ignore is uh, the file's name which is listed inside the git ignore will be ignored by GitHub from their coding agents. So if you want to hide something from their coding is like your .env file, you should put them inside a .git ignore, so they will ignore, and that is a thing. Then sysmling in ignores us, so you can configure this setting also. Then these are some git related changes. Then inline terminals, all the things you can go and have it. So here voice mode, so auto submission in the voice mode. So if you say submit when you are saying that in voice mode, it will basically submit the query itself, that is there. Then tab, so it's a setting related to this tab thing. Then models, so here I have given you the models, okay, which I have enabled, but you can enable other models too. So it's not enabled, but you can enable them, so that is there. But it will be available on the basis of your plan, okay, plan, that is there. Then cloud agents, I have told you everybody has that features now also, the cloud agent. So this agent which you are going to use, it will going to work on some cloud environment and it will work on the project GitHub repository. Then plugins, so plugins are some extend cursor with skills, rule, agent, hooks and MCP. So other plugins the cursor guys will provide, so that is there. Then rules, skills, sub agents, I have already told rules, skills and all the sub agents, like that is there. Then tools and MCP, so here you can see this I have some MCPs, for example this Figma MCP. So Figma has some MCP where I have configured that thing also. So if you want to know how MCP works and you want a dedicated tutorial for MCP, I can give you that. You can mention it inside the comment section, and if it has get some enough traction, I can make that too also. Then hooks, I have already explained you hooks, what are hooks. Then indexing and docs, so it can show you, it's a very important matrix here. So again it can show you how much percentage of the code base does the cursor agents has indexed, like has it inside their context properly. So that is it there. So this index should be 100%, and if it is not, you just sync it. And if you see that the LLM is hallucinating, the coding agents are hallucinating a lot, you can delete the index and you can create a new index, okay. So that is the thing. Now you can manage docs here. So I have given already a CrewUI doc, so you can mention it here itself, and it will use that CrewUI doc. And then for length change, so indexing was failed, but you can do that also. You can add another doc as you have seen. So you can type the URL here and you can give the doc also. Then network, so you can set up the network related thing, and like HTTP and all. Then beta, some other beta added features. Then the marketplace, so it's a cursor marketplace basically. So it's not opening, but yeah, it's similar to plugin itself. So that is there. So that's okay. And then docs, so related to cursor docs, so you can also go and read everything like which I told you, and the other things from this cursor docs itself. So that is there. And you have this ask AI feature also here. This is very important nowadays. Every document, like every service provider or API or some framework providers provide this, so this is very good. So ask AI feature, and you can ask anything in a natural language, and it will give you the information here related to this document itself, and it will be accurate. So use this also, you can use that. So it's a good thing. So let's quickly go through the overview of the anti-gravity. So I am on the website, which is like this anti-gravity is a ID. As you can see, they explicitly mention it. Experience liftoff with the next generation ID. So that's a cool tagline, because the name is anti-gravity, right? So it's provided by Google, and it's in India currently. It's free with a very generic, very good free tier. So most probably we are also going to use anti-gravity for creating that end-to-end AI customer support agent, and that we are going to do. So let's quickly open anti-gravity. So how to install anti-gravity? You just have to go to this antigravity.google website. Here you just download it for your platform. Your platform will get automatically recommended, or you can click on this download button, and you can get the preferred OS version uh, installer. So you can get it from Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. So that is there. Now I have already installed it. The installation is a pretty clear and linear process. So that is there. So let me open anti-gravity in my personal computer. So here it will take some time. Yeah. So here is that. Now it's on some my ongoing project. So let it be. So here the things are bit different. So you can see on the left side, now on the left side, on the right side, I have my code base, or I have my code base, which is common for every IDE coding agent which we have seen, right? Because it's an IDE. Then we have this terminal. These are same things. Now here it's saying that if I open my what I will say, that chat bar, okay, from here, so it's saying that authentication required, please sign in. So let me sign in with my Google ID. So let me do that. So I will click on login. So here it will say sign in with Google. So I will do the sign in. So here is my ID. So I'm just going to sign it. So yeah, it's happening. It's saying completed. So let me complete the verification. Okay, it's done. Now it will take some time. It's saying me to sign in. So let me sign in. So it's saying to open the anti-gravity app. So it will open, and it will set up my account. So it's a very simple and very linear process. So let it done. So now you can see, after doing the login, we have the similar interface which we have for other coding agents. So let me zoom in a bit. I know it will be not visible to you guys in the recording. So here now it will be visible. So here you can see what are there. So on the right hand side, I have my code base coding files and all the things that I have. You can have it here also. I have configured it for my view. So if in your case it's coming on the left side, and in this agent thing is coming on the right side, it's okay. It's the same thing, just a layout preference that is there. Now here what I want you to understand is, see, again we have this plus mode to add the context in the form of media, mention, workflows. So I can add any files which I want. I can also like do the simple drag and drop. It will also get referenced here. Anything I can drag and drop here. Anything can be do, and it can act as a context here. Now I have this plan mode, which I have already told you what it is. Then fast mode. So what is fast mode here? Fast mode will use the not use the loop thing, and not extract, like not expand on your prompt, and not do that. So it's a fast mode, basically the name suggests that. Then we have models here. Again, I have already told you 3.1 Pro high. It's a high model, means it's a high reasoning effort model. It will take time, but it will handle your complex task. 3.1 Pro low. So similarly 3.1 pro capability, but with low reasoning. Then 3 flash I already told. 4.56 thinking. So that they have also given 4.6 thinking, that they've also given. Then this GPT OSS 120b, it's a open source GPT model which they have given. It's also good, but it's open source. So Antigravity is given by Google. So of course and obviously the Gemini models will work good with Antigravity, so we are going to do the same. So this was the higher level thing. And here we have the new conversation, the history. Then we have some additional options for MCP servers and customizations. So here we have, but that is okay. Now let's go to the settings. So here you can see, you can open the browser which the Antigravity can use for performing operations. So you can see that we have, so it says as Antigravity browser control. So Antigravity can control the complete browser. So that is a thing. And then there is settings. So here inside settings, let me open Anti-gravity user settings. So here you can see there are some settings. Let me zoom in. Okay, it's not happening, the zoom in is not happening currently. What is it now? Anti-gravity is just in beta right now, so that's why there can be some issues with that. So how will I explain you this? So see, okay, so we have, let me try. No, it's not working. Okay, so see, in the inside this browser we have browser tools. So when enabled, Antigravity can use browser, obviously some Java execution policy. So we don't want some JavaScript to run by the agent itself, so we can basically disable that. Then there is browser allow list. So which domains the browser in which the, like in which domain in the browser the agent can use, that we can configure here. So that is that. Then notifications which we want, then like that is there. Then models which we already discussed, these are limits of that every model. Then where was it? Wait, let me bring. Yeah. So here is that. So then customizations which we already discussed. So in customization you can define some skills, then install MCP servers here. And then like some MCP servers which are already configured, like you can add it directly from here. So that is there. Now like MongoDB MCP server, so that it can safely interact with MongoDB Atlas console. Similarly for Redis, so that all is there. Stripe, if if you want PayPal, you can officially integrate the MCP server of that with the what I will say, that anti-gravity thing. So that is there. Now tab, then there is editor. So what is tab? Tab is related to this setting, the settings of the tab. So how it is be. Then the editor. So editor is basically again the marketplace. So there is nothing that much useful here. Then account, so it is basically related to your account. So on which plan I am on. So I am on currently this plan, AI Pro. So in India it's like it is given to like every users basically will get it from one way or another. So many people has this access on free. I have also not paid anything to them. It's I get it from some third party offer itself. So I get it. So that is there. And here, let me close it. So now what we will do is, so our overview is done of every coding agent ID. It's there, this only. Okay, so the main part is you have already seen. We will have a chat interface, we will have our code base in there, and we will instruct, and we will use these models, and we will use our intelligence also to generate an end-to-end application. So now it's a right time. Now it's a very good time to explain you and start the end-to-end customer support AI agent building. Okay, so you already understood the fundamental explanation, right? You already understood that what are LLMs, prompts, understanding coding AI agents, agent skills, that is done. Then current coding landscape, you all got what are type of AI agents are there. Now I have given you the overview of also of every UI of the coding agents. Not every, like all the this IDE one. Then I will do it, I will now build an end-to-end customer support AI agent. That is my goal now. So let's shift to that gears and let's try to do that. So I hope till now you are getting some value out of the session. You get some understanding, like you get something new. And if you are enjoying till this point also, please hit the like button, because it helps to recommend the channel plus the content to more users. And if you find this helpful, you can press the like button. Okay. And if you find some issues during following along, please mention them in the comment. We are actively working on that, and we read every comment of yours, so you can comment. So that is the thing. Now let's get started with our third section, right, which is our build end-to-end AI customer support agent. So what we are going to build is, guys, it will be a very useful project in the customer support space, and we are going to build it in an end-to-end manner. So it in a proper modular fashion that we are going to do. And what is the use case? Let me explain you that. So for let's take the example of customer support. So what happens in the customer support? See, firstly, there will be, let me switch my tools. Yeah, there will be agent. Okay, there will be agent, which is not an AI agent. This is a human agent. Okay, agent, which is a human. And then there will be a customer. Okay, there will be a customer. So let me take that. So here is our customer. So that is happening. Now what happens is, see, this customer will contact with this AI human, like sorry, not AI human, agent human. So that is there. And like there will be some like two-way connection, let me say that. Yeah, so somewhere from here I can configure it. Okay, let's make it that way. So no, uh, yeah. So what will happen? This AI human will also contact. So for example, they are talking on a call. They are talking on a call. So what we will get? What we'll get? See, the customer said something, asked for some information, some problem. The agent has given. The agent has given some information related to that customer for that particular service, or that particular problem for related to that particular service to that customer. Now what we need to do, like for example, I am owning a company where I am handling a, like I am working in a company where am I uh, handling a customer care department. Inside the customer care department, I am handling multiple agents which are humans, basically, which are customer support human agents, which are taking calls with the customer related to a product which is based on insurance. Let's say that based on insurance. Now there will be multiple customers, multiple agents. Now what I want is that I want their compliance report. What is their compliance report? Basically, so whenever they will converse, do the conversation with the customer, right, we will store their audio, we will store their call audio inside some it will happen, like it will be inside a S3 bucket. Okay, in some enterprise level organization. So it will be available in an organized manner inside a S3 bucket, or some database, or some data storage that they have, that they keep, that okay, this this human agent has conversed with this customer at this date, and that was like basic thing was there. So what we can do is, so now I am like the main manager, and I want to understand which agent is performing better and which is not, and what is their ability, and where they are uh, doing good, and where they are lacking, and what my customers are complaining, right? So one thing I would do is, I will create a compliance report. Now what is a compliance report? See, I will create a checklist. Oh, this is a checklist. Okay, now what is this checklist contain? For example, one is this, say good morning, or morning morning, or I will say afternoon, or other greeting things, right? You understand what I'm saying? Then the other checklist is like, for example, in case of insurance, you explicitly mention the, what I will say, premium accurately, premium accurately. Okay, then there will be another checklist also, like you cannot another compliance is like, don't use sarcasm. Okay, then another is, do never use cuss words, okay, like bad words and all that thing. So you cannot cuss on that call, so that is there. So now what I want is that, okay, I want to check that does this agent perform following this checklist or not. So I will name it as compliance checklist, compliance checklist, okay. So now I want that every agents are compliance on based on this checklist or not, and I want to see that is it happening or not. So what is the right way, what is the way I will do in a manual thing? I will listen to every call and I will manually check that, okay, does the agent said good morning, yes, okay, let's, this is done. Does the agent said uh, premium accurately, okay, this is done. But we can do it automatically. How? So that we are going to cover here. So how we are going to do? So see, from this audio thing, we are going to generate a transcript, okay. We are going to generate a transcript. That is the first thing. Then after generating the transcript, we are going to give it, we will have a agent here. We will have a LLM, basically here LLM, which has a particular system prompt, I will say. And here in this system prompt I will mention that you are an compliance checker, okay, it's like that. And other instruction also. And what we will do is inside this LLM we will send the transcript, plus we will send this particular instruction, and we will tell that you will have this transcript which is dynamic in nature, and you will have this checklist. You have to give me the result. What is the result? That which points are passed, okay, which points are passed and say slash failed, okay. This is a simple compliance process which is happening, but this is useful if you integrate it inside your complete agentic software, like agent, like what I will say, product, okay, complete product in a customer support product. And it's a useful use case right now in the market also. So let's try to build it using vibe engineering, not coding. So what is the first step? The first step is to plan the plan, okay. So how will we will make plan, okay. So let me explain the same thing to anti-gravity. Like I am going to use anti-gravity for this thing, so let me explain the same thing to here. So the first step I will do it, I will take a screenshot of this complete flow which I have developed for explaining you guys. So the same thing can be explained by the understood by the LLM itself. So I will copy this like take this screenshot. I will go to the anti-gravity. So here I will go to anti-gravity. Here I have that anti-gravity. Now here I will mention that thing. Now again, so here that is this. Now what I will do? Wait a minute. Yeah. So after that I will prompt here, and I will keep it in a planning mode. Then I will use the highest of LLM because we are planning right now. So I am going to explain in my words, and I am going to explain it that, hey, I want to make a project which is an end-to-end project and covering a important and useful uh, gap uh, or useful need for automation in support what I will say, field, okay. That is I will say field, that is there. Now what is the use case? Let me explain. So I want to build a automated compliance checker, okay. And how it will achieve that is, let me tell you here. So what I will write is, firstly I will write that we will get an audio file from we'll get audio file from the user. So I will write it like I will upload it from the web interface. Okay, then see the bug, it's in beta, right? So that is there. Now I will say that we'll get the audio file, then we have to convert it to transcript, and I will say some bug is there, bro. Use STT model here, and I will name the model also. Use deepgram. So deepgram is basically STD model, which deepgram is basically an what I will say, and service provider which provide STD services. So let me also show you that too. Yeah, so here let me write deepgram. So yeah, let me zoom in also, let it open, let me log in. See, now you can clearly see here I am inside this console, and you can see I have some API keys. That is fine. I want to understand, like, see in their playground. If I go inside their playground, see they have some speech to text model. So what is speech to text model? Speech means we are getting a speech like the audio file, and we are going to generate a text from the speech. So that exactly that thing which we want. So I want that. Please use this particular package there. Now what I will say again. So I will open my Antigravity here. Use diagram. So let me copy my prompt, because prompt is very important, and I don't want to rewrite it. Use std, convert it into text. Then I will also keep an static, for now, static compliance checklist for generating the compliance report. Okay, that is there. You should not worry about spelling. It is okay if you give wrong spelling also, the LLM can understand. Then I will also keep it static. Now what we will do is we will pass, or not pass, we will uh, give both the transcript and the checklist to the LLM, and I will say the LLM will have proper system prompt. Okay, the LLM will have proper system prompt for handling this task. Okay, and the and after comparing, LLM will output me the checklist report mentioning what points are being taken care in the transcript, and what being not. Okay, that is there. So this is a very detailed prompt which I am writing. Now here this is a bug, some bug which is happening. I don't know what is there, why it's the theme is changing by my typing and all, but that's okay, that's tolerable. So here it's there. Now what is there, fourth thing is done. So after that, and here I will also mention that I want to see the following in my front end. Okay, so I will say what I want to see: audio upload option, then processing state of the LLM generating response, and then the final checklist. Okay, that is there. And I will suggest some technologies which the LLM which this model should use. So I will say use uh, what I will say LangChain. Okay, then I will say use Grok for LLM, GROQ, not K, from for LLM. Then I will say use React for front end. Okay, then I will say some and here I will explicit. I don't want. Okay, let's say that I will say that use MongoDB, or let's use SQLite or MongoDB. Okay, let's keep it on him like. Okay, now what I am going to say, I'm not going to say build it now. I am going to say uh, create a plan for the above requirement and explain me the plan with the help of a mermaid diagram. Okay, so what I am telling is I have given my detailed thought which I want to build. So see how clear I was during writing this thing. I have complete use case in my mind which I have already explained, and I have given also my technology preference on which side it has to lean. And then I am going to say that okay, after creating the plan, explain me that plan with the help of a mermaid architecture, and let's give this plan prompt to the LLM or the AI agent, and let's see what it's come up with. So sorry guys, there is one thing. I have to change the directory which was because this directory is a already used directory, so I missed that. So let me do that quickly. So now I am inside my new directory, and I will paste the prompt here, and that image I will also paste. So I will use this clipboard history, and here I will get that image also. So I will also paste that. So now we have everything sorted. Now what I will do, I will on the plan mode, I will give it the task to it. So it will now generate the text. It will take some time, like 3-4 minutes or 5 minutes also it will take. Gemini models are a bit slow, but they are very intelligent. So let's trust them and let's see. Like see the reasoning is happening, right? That React loop I have explained. So that is happening here. And let it give it some time, and after that we will reflect what is actually happening. So see the difference between vibe coding and vibe engineering. Vibe coder will write this simple prompt that develop me this architect, develop me this use case, and then then it will just run the model. But now we are setting the context, right? See the plan is getting ready, and we are getting the diagram, proper diagram that we need to understand. So a vibe coder will not understand these things. A vibe engineer will understand everything, will understand that okay, what is happening, what is not happening, and then based on that it will give some tweaks and other things. Because how it will be like he or she will be able to give the tweaks and turns, because he or she will be is aware of the technology, okay, or aware of the use case on which he or she is working on. So that's why. So let's read this plan. So this is very good plan. So not good plan, too soon to judge, but let's read. So this plan outline the architecture and implement set of building with using deepgram, langchain, grok, LLM, and react as a front end. Okay, so that is there. So what is this mermaid diagram explaining us? See, customer support agent is there. It will upload the file, it will go inside the react front end, then it will set the state to upload. Okay, this is good. It will send a post API endpoint, like it will send a post request to our fast backend, which is fast API. I have not mentioned, it has chosen its own. then like fast API slash node is written. So I will say explicitly that use fast API. I want to use fast API. Then after that we will send the audio for transcription. Here the deepgram service will turn. Deepgram service will give us the transcription. Then the transcription now will go to that static checker. Okay, that static checklist. Now we will get that okay, compliance checklist, fetch static checklist. We will get that static checklist saying this thing, all that thing. Okay, that complete static checklist, that prompt, transcription and checklist, everything we are getting, and then we are sending it to the LangChain or Grok LLM, LangChain plus Grok LLM. We will return a JSON report, passed or failed point, and then after that we will get that to our backend, and we will pass that final compliance report to the front end, and then we will get it to the user. So see how this complete my language is converted into a diagram, clean and clear diagram. Here is some architecture. So front end it's okay. In the Python fast API it's recommending, so it's good. Then I am saying it's this one, and that is there, right? So this is very good. Now what I will do is I will make it, and what is saying, it's also giving us a next step, that initialize repository, create the React front end, backend, configure .env key with deepgram and Grok API key, and then it's saying that API to intake backend API. Okay, good. So it's a very good plan, which is like exactly the thing I want. So what I will say go with it. Okay, I will just say proceed, and I will add a review here. I will add a review that use fast APIs and go for it. So I will say submit. So it is just a review. So after giving a review, what it will do, it will just again reiterate, get the complete information, get along with my review, and it will rebuild the plan. So see, it's now creating the task. So now it has created the task for the thing. So firstly, what it going to be do? It is firstly going to do the backend setup, that it will going to do the front end setup, and then it will going to do the integration and testing itself, like connect front end to backend API, end to end testing with sample audio, everything it will going to do itself. So that is there. Now see what is happening here. If you see, it's asking me some permission. What is the permission? Let's see. So it's asking me for setting up Python environment and server architecture. The first thing you will do if you develop the project, the same thing it is done by this agent itself. Now it's set up to ask every time. Ask every time means for every action the agent will ask. After every reasoning there will be action, react. Okay, we already studied. So every action it will ask. So I want, don't interrupt me right now, every time always run. So see, now it will run and it will create everything. And let's open this thing and see the magic. See, now we have two directories with the proper setup. In the front end I don't have nothing, because the backend setup is running with this checklist and our agent is working. Okay, so that is happening. So we have to just observe, and if you like given the proper prompting and all, it will do its work, and it will come up with you after like 15-20 minutes, and then you can again analyze everything. Is it working fine or not? Is the architecture proper or not? And then you can again reprompt and do some other work. So it is like it's how it's work. But the main thing which you need to do, main effort which you need to do is currently is to get the use case. What use case you are going to focus on, to design the architecture, to know what things work, what things don't work. See, deepgram I know, because I have worked on that. If you are firstly hearing that, you are not aware of that. Okay, so you go to some IDs like chatbots and all, do some deep research according to for your use case, right? And then you can get the answer. So see, it's creating all the things. Inside backend I have the services. Inside my services I have this compliance services.py, some things, deepgram service.py. I have two services. I have my virtual environment ready. I have my .env.example ready with the two keys which I want to get. See, so everything is working, and now it's basically giving me some command, so I will accept it. So see, now I am not like letting it do everything. Okay, I am letting it do everything, but I am observing what is happening. I am understanding the architecture also, that okay, it's creating services, compliance services is there. I am getting the understanding, okay, what is it? So okay, it's a kind of a what I will say, the pydantic model for proper type checking and all, then there is a static checklist, then there we are creating a function. I should know. And if I am anyways I'm doubted with everything, I can create a new agent, I can understand it file itself. See, now it's again asking me for some command, so some important command it will ask for me, so that is there. Now it's also created a main file too, so that is also there. Now what it will do, it will generating some new steps. So meanwhile what we'll do is we will see front end code, it is also written. Okay, it's good. Now what I want is that I want two steps to do. For let it run and let we will test it, that's okay. But two things we need to do is, the first is we will configure the API keys, that is okay. And the second is I want to add professional, like production level logging and tracing here. So for that I am also going to tell you how can you do it. So for that what I'm going to do is, see, if I go on my GitHub, this is my GitHub. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah, inside my GitHub I have this LLM of series code. Okay, inside this LLM of series code I have a production grade exception class, custom exception. Okay, this is there. And then I have also have a logger, proper logger, which is a production grade logger, which is properly defined everything. So what I will do, I will not code it manually. I will say that okay, this is a link, okay, this I will say that okay, this is my GitHub repository link. What I will do is, the best way to do is, let me tell you. So I will clone it. Firstly I will clone it. So inside my Antigravity again I will go here, it is working. I will create a new terminal, new folder here. I will say that I want to clone a repository. I will paste the URL here, I will press enter. Now it's asking me for the location, so let me do it on desktop itself for now. So set as a repository location. Now it's saying to me open repository. Okay, please open the repository. Yes, trust the author. Now see, I have that repository information here. So two things I can do here. I will say that here I will say what I will say. I will firstly zoom in so that you guys can see. Here I am saying that uh, I am interested in the logging and exception services which are implemented in this project, and I want to use them in some other Gen AI related project. Okay, that is there. So please analyze the complete uh, implementation of the logging and an exception service, and give me a proper talk for it, so that I can share it in another project and use it there. Okay, so that is there. Let me copy this command for safety, and then I will say that okay, go ahead and proceed. So it will proceed basically, and it will give us a document. Meanwhile what we will do, we'll check our coding agent, where it is. So you can see it has done the task, and it has given us a complete report of the walkthrough, what it has done. So see, it is saying that the automated compliance checker is completed. The project structure we have the front end, we have the back end, a robust Python app service provides a non-blocking post API upload endpoint. To see it in action, it's giving us the option, like firstly set up the API key, we will do that. Then I will say after setting up the API key, we are start the backend. How to start the backend, it's going to say that also. Then after that, here you can see it's saying that start with the front end application. So some things I need to make a change here. So what is the change? Firstly I will say I want to use UV package manager here for managing. Okay, let's say this only, it will understand. Then I will say that I want to implement logging, okay, logging and exception here in a prod manner. Okay, and the look, let me write the proper prompt, and the details are available in the following doc. So that is there. So I will reference the doc here. How will I reference it? So the way is, see, inside this thing which we have given it to create a documentation. See, it has created a detailed documentation of like 108 lines. So what I will do is I will accept it first. Okay, that thanks for creating the document. Now see, this thing is there. Now what I will do is I will go again to my main working id level. I will right click and I will say add folder to workspace, and I will add that folder of that project of LLM ops, okay, where the logging and exception is there. So I will go on my desktop. Here on my desktop I will write LLM ops series, and I will give this access to this, like add that here. So you can see now I have this CSA here, and it's a convert into workflow. So it has the LLM of series also. So now I can reference that LLM of series document to here. So I will reference that document here. So it's there now, and also, okay, now this is enough. So create a plan for integrating the logging and exception and the package manager too. Okay, so that is there. Now I will create the plan and I will send it. So I know there's spelling mistakes, but that's okay, it will understand. So that is there. Now it will initiate the task and it will redo all the things. So it's reading that file, it's asking the permission. So I will say allow this conversion. So for this conversion it's allowed, so let it be there. Now after that it was like, see, the react reasoning is happening here, the reasoning loop is going on, and then it will give us some answer after some reasoning. So it's pretty close how human works basically. But we are constantly managing the context. I am getting the context. If you don't understand what I have done here is, basically what I have done is, let me explain you with the help of Excalibur. So see here, for example, here I have my my main project, which is a customer support agent project. Now this is a new project, and here I have an old project. I was having an old project in the past. Okay, I was having an old project in the past. Okay, which was a LLM ops project. LLM ops project. So what I have done is here I was having that logging service, and then the other service, which is this one. So this was the exception service. Exception service. Okay, that I was there. So what I have told Antigravity that, okay, Antigravity get inside this project, then it will it has created me a document. Okay, it has created me a doc for this implementation. Then this complete sorry this complete project was working in an was inside a directory. Okay, so what we have done is we have given a reference here. We have given a reference here inside this CSA ID. Okay, and here our old code was also there. Old means the generated code, new generated code. So see how I am maintaining the context, right? I'm maintaining the context so that the agent can reference everything and know how to get from where and all the things. So I'm maintaining it. So we have that doc here, we have that all the configuration here. So Antigravity can go and see this newly generated code also, see the document also, and if it needed to see the real implementation also, it has the access that there inside the old project. So the implementation will be foolproof. So let's go to the Antigravity and see. There is an implementation which we got. So let's open that implementation plan. So that implementation is same. So the major difference is here phase 2 is there. So you can see production infrastructure, logging, exception, and UV are we have to transition the backend package management from standard pip venv to uh, Astral's blazing fast UV that I have told. So it has created the complete steps, and that is good. It's looking good. Then the location of the logging. So it has basically refactor update this thing, and it has structured it according to the one which we have structured. Then custom exception is there, so everything is working good now. See refactor logic in this thing, so it is referencing to that class which was there in that project. So see how smart it is. Now I will proceed it. So my intelligence is also used here. I am understanding the project also, and I am building it, but it's building in a very fast manner, and you have a confidence also that what the model is doing. Okay, so see now it has installed the packages, and it has used uv pip install uv. It has installed the uv, and it is also running everything like the necessary things. So you can see the review changes. All the review changes are here. You can see the task which is there. So it's now on the fourth task, initialize uv project, and after that it gets some error message. So it is getting that also. Now it has done some changes, that is there. Now after doing the task, so till it's doing its task, let's go to the deepgram. Let me zoom in a bit. So here in your deepgram, you can also give the documentation of the deepgram for proper that is more good approach that I forgot here, but it's a good thing to do that. So if you go to the deepgram, you can get a free API key. So I will create a free API key. So this is for CSA, customer support agent. The expiration duration will be like a day, and I will make it 1 day. So let me create the key, so you guys can also copy it and use it. I don't know, you will not use it, you will not able to use it basically. So I have this API key, so that is there, it's copied. So I will keep it somewhere in safe place. So let me open my notepad and let me copy it there, paste it there. See, so I have pasted that, and our walkthrough is also ready, means the tasks are also done. So we have that implementation plan, task is done. Let me close all the files. So that is done. Now here it's giving us a summary that what it has done. So progress update, migrated package manager to UV, and then the refactor backend code to incorporate structure logging, custom wrapping, and all the things which we have told, right? That is there. Let me accept that thing. Now what we need to do, I have to verify the project. I have verified the project. Let me know if you want to write. Okay, so walkthrough. So I'll open this walkthrough. So now it's saying that instruction to run and test. So firstly, setting up the API key. So we have get that. Firstly, we need to create a .env file here. So inside my backend, I will create a .env file, and I will copy the content of the what I will say this thing env example, and I will paste it inside my .env. I will paste my deepgram API key here. So this is there. Sorry. So yeah. So that is there. Now let me get the grok API key. So how to get the grok API key? It's simple. Just go to grok.com. Here you can click on start building. After clicking on start building, it will prompt you to log in. If you are already logged in, you can just go to this API keys. You can create a new API key. I will name it not test, I will name it as CSA, and then I am going to create a new API key. So I will choose custom. Pickup date is today is 11, so I will on 12 it will be done. So here I will create a expiring API key. It will take some time, and it will give me the API key. So here is the API key. Let me go to my Antigravity, and then here let me delete this thing. Let me paste my API key. So the first step is done. Now what is the second step? Let me open that thing. So here the second step is basically starting up the backend API via UV. So let me open the terminal. So it's like how to open a terminal. Go to this terminal, new terminal. So here it's asking me where to open. So I want to open it inside my working directory, which is CSA, not the LLMs, which is the old project. Now here I will just copy that command, which was this one. No, it is not updated actually. So okay, this is not updated. So let me tell it to update. So please update the, okay, let me ask, give me the guide to run this project. I have already set up the .env in backend. Okay, that is done. Let's see what it will give us. So let it generate. So here, since I've done, so now it's giving me UVcon only, but I want to use UV na. So let me undo the changes. Here I will say, give me the UV way of running the project. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Okay, it's okay, now it's giving, right? So I will say cd, and then I will say backend. So I will say backend. So let me clear the console. Here I will say UV. Let me copy this command itself. So here let me paste it. Let me do it. So let's see if it is ran or not. So you can see the application startup is completed. So you can read it also. The API is now active. You can go on this thing, will auto log to your console and log directory. So let's open this particular URL. So you can see there is no detail find, but let's open it in Swagger UI. So let me zoom in a bit also. Yeah, so you can see now we have a audio endpoint too, so, and a health check endpoint. So here I can upload an audio and I can get a transcript. So multi-form data, here is string. Some issues are there, but let's not test it here. Let's give it some chance. So here I will click create a new this thing terminal. I will say cd and I will say front end. So I will clear it and I will say npm I is already done the installation. Let me check node modules. Yeah, we have. So I will say npm run dev. So okay, it's do good. Now let me open this thing. Okay, so it has created a front end also. Now it's asking me to upload a audio file. So let me upload a audio file which I have got. So wait a minute. Okay guys, so I have this file. Finally I found some file related to mp3. So let me upload it here. So okay, it's that much sorted by UI perspective. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see it clearly. Now let me start the analysis. So see, uploading audio, it's done. Transcripting audio, let's go to that Antigravity and let's see what is happening inside the server. So okay, we are getting some error. No, we are not. Oh, now we are getting some error. Model decomposition and timestamp completion. Okay, some error is there. Initializing grok model. Okay, so what I will do is I will successfully loaded deepgram content type, initializing LLM compliance, initializing LLM client report. Okay, so successfully received response from deepgram means the transcription was done, guys. We are getting the transcription. Initializing LLM compliance evaluation. Let me, yeah. So the error was here. So error details. Error occurred in Python script. So some Python script error here. No longer supported the model Llama 3. Okay, so you can clearly see that model is not supported, which is used by the grok. So what we have to do is we have to tell. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to go to grok. I need to go to developers. Here I have to go to docs. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, here I have to go to models. I'm going to just give this URL. Just give this URL to Antigravity. Okay, and I will say use the GPT OSS 20 billion one. Okay, I am facing an issue currently with the current setup. Okay, and here is the logs, and I am copying these logs, complete logs from here to here, and I will write it in triple quotes 3 times. So I will create 3 time quotes and I will paste it here. So see how proper prompt engineering I am doing, proper context engineering, and I am also understanding like what error was there. And after understanding the error, I know what to do, but I am not doing it. I am telling Antigravity to do it, okay? And then I am going to send it. Now it will take some time. It will do the web search. It will understand what is the issue, and you can also see what it's taking. See, verify model complexity. See, it's going to this console.grout.com. It is going to that supported model page. It has indexed that already. It has seen that okay, GPT OSS 120 billion is there. Then it is initializing the task. See how good it is. Now again, it has performed some things here. Again, the reasoning is happening. See now it's given the proper thing, proper model name also. Now it's generating the context. Sorry, not the content. See now it says edited the compliant service.py, the file in which we got the error that is there. Now it's saying that I found the issue. The Grok model you are originally using or decommissioned by Grok. So it has updated it. Okay, so that is there. Now we will accept the changes. From here it has restarted the terminal, restarted the server automatically. Then we have the front end itself. Okay, now let's go again to the running instance. Where was it? Let me see. Yeah, here. So it says set process failed. So let's try again. Let's try to upload a file again. So let me open my this thing and let me try to upload this thing. Let me start the analysis. So let's observe the logs. Okay, so you can see now the okay deepgram is working. Okay, I should properly place it. It's good now. See, evaluation completed successfully, and you can see we are getting that proper compliance report, that what generated transcript is and what we have got. So the transcript is correct. I have heard that recording, and it's good, like hello, good morning, I'm speaking with some Miller, correct, exactly. That is that. And it's giving us the past closing reasoning agent. Say thank you very much for calling. Before concluding, let's check. So yeah, thank you, it said. So that is there. Now reading for transcription. Transcript contain no provision in inappropriate language. Okay. Agent tone is neutral and no sarcasm remark. No policy or sales discussion occurred, so mentioning in premium is not required. Okay, so it's like a feedback call. It's a feedback call type of thing, and here we are checking for insurance, but the major things are happening, right? So analyze another call. So see, our project is already ready, and you can add many things here. Okay, but we will go to the next level now. We will deploy it. We will deploy it with the help of AWS CLI. So that we are going to do. So how to do it? Let's get started. So firstly, we are going to again get started from this, and before that only I will explain you in that Excalibur that what I am going to do. So let me open my Excalibur. Yeah, here it is. So see, now we have this customer support agent ready, which is performing this use case. This is performing this use case. Which is performing this use case. Now what we will do is we will take this use case. We will take this use case and we will deploy it to the simplest server, which is AWS, and we will deploy it on the EC2 machine that is there. So we will ask Antigravity to do it and to generate a proper plan for it itself, and we will use the AWS CLI tool so that Antigravity can help us with proper setting up and all. So what I will do, I will go here, I will say okay, great. Now I want to deploy this project to AWS EC2 instance, and I want to use AWS CLI for it. So create a in-depth plan for it, analyze the current project, and then figure out how to deploy to AWS EC2 with AWS CLI, and then give me the guide to do it. Okay, so that is there. Now I am going to keep it in planning mode and this thing, and I am going to send it. Now it will do. Meanwhile, let me open my AWS account. So let me do that. So as you can see, I have my AWS account also ready with me. So we are going to deploy this project to this AWS EC2 service. So here the development guide is also ready. Let's open it. Let me close the terminal because it's not required right now. So this is the AWS complete guideline. Let me close other things which is not required. So what this guideline is saying is, firstly, see, uh, project analysis for production environments needed before deploying. When you understand the two component you are putting, okay, that is the infrastructure setup, that is there. Run this command on your local Mac terminal to provision to EC2 server. So create a security group. So it's saying me to create a security group. So there is this AWS CLI. We are going to just run it, and then create an SSH key pair. That is going to done. Now I'm concerned here how it is handling the uh, what I will say, connection. Okay, CLI configuration. So in this command on local Mac terminal to provision the EC2 server, that is there. Okay, I need to tell it explicitly that uh, I I have not configured the AWS CLI with my AWS console account. So include that step 2. So what is the current problem is, it's directly telling to run this command, but the problem is that that AWS CLI will not have access to my console, right? Because it has to get some credentials, it has to configure some credentials. So that also we need to get into this guide. So here you can see now it has done there. So it's properly giving us some advice. So we will follow this step by step. So see, firstly it's saying to generate an access key. So log into your AWS management console. We are there. Search for IAM. So let me search for IAM. So it's basically IAM users. So let me search there. So after going to IAM, let it open. Yeah, meanwhile it's opening. On the left sidebar, click on users and select your username. So click on users and let me select my username. So let me do it on admin. So here, okay, two access key are already there. So but oh, it's okay. Now here I will go to my on sidebar, go to security credential tab. Here what I will do, I will check again, scroll down to access keys and click create access key. Scroll down to access key and click create access key. It's blocked, so I have to delete one access key. So I will delete it. Okay, I will okay, deactivate. Oh, I have to write this thing. So wait, I will do it like this way. So I will go to Antigravity. Okay, give me the text. Okay, it will give me the text basically. Okay, it's there. So I'll control C. I will paste it here. I will delete that key. Okay, that is there. Now I will create the access key. I will say CLI. Then I will say I understand. And I will say next. Then I will say description. No, not required. Then this is my access key and this is my secret access key. I will copy both. So here I will keep it in a proper manner. So I will copy it, just I will paste it. So that is there. Now what we'll do, now it's saying that select CLI, that is we done. Copy your access ID and secret ID, that is done. Now we have to configure it on the terminal. So if you are on Windows, you should use for following along this step, you should use WSL inside your Windows. That is a recommended approach, because if you use PowerShell and all, you will face issues with this AWS CLI thing. So configure. Okay, AWS configure is there. Now it will just open the configure setting. So after opening the configure setting, it's saying that paste the key you generate, access key ID. So let me paste the access key ID. So that is there. Okay, I pasted it. Secret key, so I will also paste that too here. So that is there. and then default region let it be UST1, default output format let it be JSON. So the configuration is done. Now I will test my caller identity, so it will be tested. So yeah, it's done, it's created. Now let me set up the infrastructure. So it will create a security group, it will create a allow SSH port and everything. So I will run it one by one. So it will create a security group. Okay, security group is created. Now let me get that AWS SSH connection configuration, so that is also done. Now I will have that HTTP thing. So HTTP for Nginx portal, that is also will be done. And then the backend API port, so 8080 is also configured in the correct thing. Now I will create a SSH key pair. So here I will get it inside the SSH folder, so that is there. So if I go here now, somewhere I will get that key, but I guess it will be inside the here inside that server itself, so it's okay. Then I will give the proper key here, that is there, so I can basically access it basically. So let me ls minus a, so you can see I have two folders here. uh, ls slash dash dot ssh. Okay, see, you can have, I have this key here which is for this configuration of that thing. So let me launch the EC2 instance. So let me clear the terminal once, clear clear. Yeah, we'll launch the EC2. So now we have all the configuration. We'll launch the EC2 instance from CLI itself. So after installing that EC2 instance, it will take some time. So it is done. Now let me go ahead to my AWS. Here I will see that EC2 instance popping up. So I will go on my EC2 and it should have a new instance. So let me view the dashboard basically. So you can see I have one running. Oh nice. So this is the one, this is the same instance ID we got here too, 959. That's good. Now here everything is good. T3 micro, that is there. Now get the public IP of the new instance. So I will get that public IP also, so that is there. Okay, so this is the public IP. Replace IAM with the latest Ubuntu for your specific region. Okay, that is done, not required. Then now you will deploy that application and configure server. Let assume your IP is your EC2. Upload project code to EC2 from your local CSA project folder. Securely copy everything to EC2. Okay, we have to copy and paste basically. So what it's telling in this step is, see, uh, this anti-gravity has code inside our local, right? So we have to get the files, we have to get the files of this code, and we have to paste it inside this EC2 instance, that we need to do. So here it's saying me to change to CSA. I am already there. Compress the file to make transferable faster. So let me compress it. So it will compress it basically. So it will do it on its own. So see, CSA project.tar.gz is created. So that is there. Now securely copy the using the PEM key. So it knows me the PEM key. Let me paste it. And did I miss the public IP? Yes, I missed it. So I will create a new terminal. CSA. I will generate the IP again. I want that IP. Okay. No, not wrong command. So clear. Sorry. Let me do it again because it can be make the file corrupted, that I don't want. So this didn't get copied actually. Is it copied now? Yes. Okay, I get the public IP. So I want this IP, public IP. So I will copy it. I will go again to my terminal. Okay, no, not this one. Okay, wait, here I will go again. Here this thing is done. Okay, copy. This is important. So as a control C, I will look for some small command. Okay, clear, good. Here I'll paste and I will paste that IP here, IP. So I will paste it like that. So here I have that thing. Yeah, here I have that. I will run it. So it will just copy all that folder files into this. So I am saying yes, yes, definitely give the permission. So it will just do that. Okay, it's basically it's copying. So it is requiring some time, so let's give it some time. It's required 21 seconds, 9 seconds. Okay, it's done. Now after copying successfully, SSH to the instance. So let's SSH to our instance. So basically let's copy this and let's paste it, and let's replace the IP with that IP which I have. So yeah, this one, let me run. So now you can see we are inside the, after a while we will be inside the Linux server. So see, we have that here, and if I do ls here, I have that project, I have that file copied. And then what we will do, inside that command we will make a new directory, compliance checker. We will basically uncompress it, and we will create a new directory which is compliance checker. Inside that we will have all our project files, backend, frontend. Done. Now I will update the package. Then I will install all the nginx and all for front end, proper front end and all. So see how properly, clearly the instructions are. And if you are aware of how everything is working, and if some wrong instructions are there, you can just tell to modify it. But apart from that, it's very good, right? So that is there. Now let it done, let it be run that project itself. Not project, that installation. And we have to just very tiny step away from configuring that. Okay. Okay, so that command ran, and after that what we need to do, we need to install nginx here, so that we will get that front end also. Wait a minute, let me, yeah, nginx. So let it be install nginx 2. After that, let me copy this command also for building front end. So we will require node.js and npm, so it is just giving me that node.js and npm. So we have to install node and npm too for running the front end, react and everything. Then we have to install obviously uv and python for running our backend. So that is there. Okay, let it be done. Okay, it's done. Now let me install uv and python. So it's also happening. Let it done, let it be done. Okay, so python is also installed. Now we will clear the terminal. We are inside the EC2 instance itself. Now what I will do, I will change my directory. So firstly you will see that we have front end and back end. I will change it to back end, and then after changing it to back end, I will say uv sync. Okay, so this uv sync will install all the directories and all the things which are required. Then I will say nano dot env, which is given here itself, nano dot env. So here I will paste that keys and everything. So surprisingly the keys are also there. Let me check if it's correct or not. So 4 f4 yg, correct. Okay, nice, that is good. Now after that, let me confirm that, let me close it. After that, let me create a system link properly. For that, the fast API backend server is running properly. So here create a system thing, paste the following in the compliance service. So let's do it. So okay, this is done. I am also, I am not aware why it's running that. The reason it's mentioning that create a system D service to run the fast API backend forever. I can understand, like after asking some questions and all, but it's okay. We are doing little bit, like we are doing vibe engineering, right? So sometimes it's okay. Let me modify the buffer. Okay, so that is done. Let me clear the console. Now let's start the backend. So see how I got something new, right? While doing performing following this agent. So I will learn about it now. I will not like be like forget about it. I will learn. I will keep in mind what this method was. This was a new method which I identified, right? So I will learn about it and I will use it whenever it's necessary. So that is there. Now it will creating a system link, okay, between these services. Okay, nice. Then let's start the backend. So backend is started saying configure the front end. For configure front end, we need to go to the front end library. So let's go to there. Here, let me clear it, CLEAR, and I have to write nano. Okay, we have to change that URL. Correct. To this thing, your EC2 IP. Okay, got it. So here somewhere there was the line. Okay, let's find that line. It will be up in the sense, up in the file also. Okay, is it up? Where it is? So here it is, guys. Response Axios it's using, and there is the point. So here the complete thing is. So let me remove it. It's written in here. Okay, let me paste that thing. Okay, and your EC2 IP. So yeah, let me bring that IP. Where it's, yeah, here it is. So it's my EC2 IP, and then let me just control X Y enter, so that IP is updated. Now it's saying npm install, so let me do that. Let it run. So npm install is done. Let me run that npm install build. So let me run that. So it's running that, it's building it. Then we will move that build folder to that nginx configuration folder, so that nginx can serve it to the public directory, and then we will restart the nginx, and after it we should see that IP. So it's saying that open your browser to this thing. Okay, http. So let me do that, http. Okay, from here we'll get it now. Private IP, public IP. Yeah. So okay, it will not happen like that. I will just copy it. Control T, http all on space. Okay, so some old IP, let me paste it. Okay, so here it should work. Let's see. Okay, it's loading. Oh, it's loaded. Nice. Let me drop that file here. So let me find that. So I've got it. Let me select it. Let me open. Let me start the analysis. Let's see what happens. Let's cross the fingers, guys, and let's see. The uploading of audio is done. Transcription, converting speech, processing audio, basically means transcribing audio. It is taking time. Okay, evaluation. Oh, great, guys. So the compliance checker is working fine, and it's like happening. So the complete vibe engineering is done, and we have successfully deployed the project also to the AWS with the help of this anti-gravity itself. So see how powerful it is, right? And how good it is. Like, I also learned one new thing when following this. So this was the complete end to end, the third phase which we discussed, which is building an end to end customer support AI agent, and we've done it successfully with the help of anti-gravity. Thanks to that, great thing. Now I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are here with me, you have learned a lot of new things, and apply this knowledge inside your development, and shortly you will increase the development speed and efficiency too, with the accuracy. So you know now the power of the LLMs, how to code them, what are basically how to use them, how to use coding agents, coding IDs specifically. And if you want similar video for coding CLIs, right, coding AI CLIs like Claude Code, Codex, I have also good experience with that too, how to use them, how to handle them, right? So I can give you that dedicated video also. And if you like that video, like this video, if you enjoyed learning with me, and if you are here with me right now, it's very good. You have a good patience and you have a good learning ability. Keep going and keep growing also. And please comment in the comment section how you are liking this video. Please subscribe to the channel, to my channel also, to Sunny Sir's channel also. And let me also like go to your YouTube. Let me also give you some references if it's necessary. So you can go to this is Sunny Savita's channel. Here you can see we have complete LLM of series there, complete LLM fine tuning. This is a very good series, very detailed series. You can follow along here. Then LLM ops if you want to understand. LangGraph, agentic AI with LangGraph, multimodal RAG, advanced RAG is covered in deep here, so that you can see. If you want to go to some evaluations related side, you can check out my channel too. Inside my channel, you can get this LLM evaluations video and RAG videos. I will going to upload more. If you want to understand RAG, that is there, and that you can get this evaluation also. I am going to upload more voice AI related videos here, related to pipecat and all. So if you want that also, you can comment. I will know that you want that such type of videos. And if you like this video, also if you understood some new things and all, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Sunny Search channel, and like this video also. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed learning with me, and I will meet you in some next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Keep learning, keep growing. Bye.